dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:01 on a Tuesday afternoon edition of the show alongside Bob Baskerville. Bear and Walker through the glass this afternoon as we get down to it on a Tuesday afternoon edition of the show. Got a good one lined up today. Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com, coming up here in about 20 minutes. And then we'll be taking your phone calls in hour number 2. Hour number 3, Blake Crane stops by. Been a while since we've had him on the show. We'll talk all things college football coming up hour number 3 of the show. Gentlemen, are we beginning to process the bitter taste of defeat and prepared to move forward?
Not entirely.
I am. I'm great. Yeah, I'm with Bob.
All different plays. I'm better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was better than I was Sunday. Sunday I was better than I was Saturday. I'm getting there. I might need another day, or that's a tough one. We've been through this before. You don't just snap and clear after getting your heart ripped out like that. Let's go from bottom to top. It sounds like Walker is still in the depths of misery. Bear is a little bit better, and Bob is much better. Walker, what are you struggling with right now? Anything that we can help you with?
I'm struggling with now I'm allowing myself to read and watch recaps and reviews of the game, and it's bringing all the feelings back. Like, I shut that stuff out for a couple days after the game, and now I'm finally starting to work on it.
I mean, you two aren't factoring in. I mean, it's one thing we've been crying about for going on two football seasons now. Where's our offense? Does
that do anything for you, Walker?
Not help, Walker?
What?
That we looks like we found our offense again.
Well, look, we have an offense, but we also
we hung 40 something points and had our way with the Kirby Smart defense.
Yeah, but we also gave up 43.
44.
44.
Yeah. A lot of points. We're the worst defense in the league, worst scoring defense in the league through 3 games.
Doesn't matter how many points you score if you don't have the most in the game.
Bear, why are you in a better spot than Walker?
Because there's nothing we can do about it. It's nature college football now. It's not like the old days where one loss pretty much, you were out of any contention for the national championship. And everybody from the Nationals on down realized that, Tennessee's were really good. Played Georgia off their feet. There's no moral victories. We should have won the damn game. The kick just didn't go through the upright. So we've got a really good defense. It sounds like
we have a really good defense.
Offense. Sorry, Freudian slip from last year. Our defense. It sounds like Hobbs came out of the walking boot allegedly.
It's always a good sign. Can't play football in a walking boot.
No, but if we can conceivably get 3 of our 4 defensive starters back that have been out so far, by Bama. I like our chances, man. I think this team could easily – I can chart a real easy path to 10-2.
Bob, you say you're doing great.
I am. I mean, first of all, I'm 2-0 in both of my fantasy football leagues.
Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you.
I'm 1-5 in my 3 fantasy
Absolute
leagues.
great game this week, Bob. Really high class.
0-2
matchup.
right here.
Well, you had a little bad luck.
Yeah,
Walker,
it's fantasy. What are you going to do?
that happens, man.
Never apologize.
Congratulations,
I-
Bob. You're doing well in fantasy. Is
I-
there anything that the rest of us care about?
I have Joe Burrow in my other league, Walker, if there's any consolation. But I still won my game there too because my team is so powerful. But what else? I got a great night of TV lined up. I'm going to watch some WNBA.
What specifically about Tennessee football has you feeling great, Bob?
Go watch Alien Earth, another new episode of that.
So you're just in the avoidance mode of like that. That's why you've been able to suppress all the emotion. You've just pushed that pain deep into a place that you can't even find, and it's just not there.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
He's in the step behind
So,
where
I mean,
I'm at.
and we're 40-point favorites going into this weekend, man.
Yeah,
What's
this is kind of a dead of a
The
weekend.
very repressed Bob Baskerville, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's all good, man. I'm going to be as positive as I possibly can. Yesterday, I came in and I was feeling like I could get out of this. Don't you guys mess it up? And by the time the show was over, I was like, God, I need a drink, man.
It's Overreaction Monday,
Drank
man.
beer. I liked beer. Still like beer.
But that's not happening today, man. I'm excited. We got great guests. We got a great show. I'm in a very good mood. Please don't ruin it.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I always come in here, I'm like, oh man, I got to think about the horrible thing that happened, and talk, and I start off in a terrible mood. Then I talk with you guys, talk with my buddies. We take some phone calls, and usually by the end, I walk out feeling much better. Like I've just the exact opposite experience.
Yeah, you must have started in a really dark place, man.
I did.
Did you not listen to voluntary reaction?
Yeah,
It was kind of hard. I don't know. I didn't have me being the most, the furthest along in the, I guess, the grief process or having the most mature take on the game.
I'm neck and neck with you. I'm okay. I just feel like let's just not talk Tennessee football at all. That would work, right? Our listeners are like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, I mean, it's going to come up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I get that.
We're going to get to it. Speaking of the grieving process, pour one out for the great Robert Redford, dead today at the age of 89. One of the, in my opinion, like one of the last classic Hollywood movie stars, just leading men, just like a guy that kind of bridged the gap from the like Cary Grant, James Stewart Hollywood to whatever we like,
modern day.
Yeah, the Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks Hollywood. Like Robert Redford was the man, right? In the 60s, 70s, 80s, he was a star of stars.
He was.
I mean, he's starred in some of the greatest films ever made.
Favorite Robert Redford role, and then like I did not realize that he was such a prolific director. He directed that movie Ordinary People, which I watched a couple of months ago for the first time. Huge like Academy Award winner in the 80s. A River Runs Through It, which is a fantastic movie. Quiz Show, The Legend of Bagger Vance, some big ones.
He's great. He also was a controlling partner. I don't think he is anymore. Well, definitely isn't anymore, but in the Sundance Channel. He was a network executive too for TV, for films.
Was that his to start with?
Yeah, I think so. And then he
festival.
Yeah,
that's where he died, I guess.
Yeah,
Sundance.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
The Sting.
Of course, The Natural, one of the all-time classic sports movies.
3 Days of the Condor.
I've never seen that.
Oh, so good.
My favorite of his, like I was telling you guys before the show, it had spy in the name.
Spy Game.
Spy Game, yeah. That was probably one of my favorites.
I didn't like him for the longest time because the first movie I remember, like as a kid, knowing that he was in was Indecent Proposal. And I just remember like the premise of that movie, like he just seemed like such a shady guy. Like, where does this guy get off? Walker, are you familiar with Indecent Proposal starring Robert Redford, Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson?
I'm very familiar with the movie, but I haven't seen it.
So, like, the premise of the movie is Robert Redford is this ultra-rich millionaire, and he offers Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore, this young, beautiful couple in love, he offers him $1 million for one night with his wife. He gets to sleep with his wife for $1 million, and it ends up tearing them apart, and all, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, man, what a shady thing to do. What a shady guy. Like, I just couldn't get that out of my head for the longest time. That, of course, he's an actor or whatever. The ladies loved Robert Redford now. He was a hunk back in the day.
I'm just looking at Out of Africa, did that as well. A really good, like, under the radar movie he did was about a bunch of young, like, in this day and age, it made sense, but way back in the 90s is when it happened. Sneakers, which was about like
River Phoenix was in that. That was a really good movie.
Like cyber espionage guys.
It's kind of like Ocean's 11 or before that. Sidney Poitier was in it.
Yeah. Great Gatsby. Jeremiah Johnson. Did you ever see? You're a big Western guy.
Yeah, I've actually never seen that. I know it's one of my dad's favorites, and there's the famous GIF. That's like one of the top 10 probably most used GIFs or GIFs in online cultures. The slow zoom in of Robert Redford from Jeremiah Johnson, where he kind of turns and smiles to the camera.
Yeah, Barefoot in the Park. The Iceman Cometh. This guy, prolific, The Candidate. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, that was good.
Is that a politics thriller?
The Way We Were, him and Streisand.
Never saw that one.
All the President's Men. We talked about that. Great Gatsby.
Seen that.
Bridge Too Far.
Dozens of times.
Prolific, man. His first role in 1960, his last in 2020. So a 60-year Hollywood career. R.I.P. to the great Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot going on out there. We'll talk about Tennessee. We'll talk about what's next. Do you guys like having UAB and Trent Dilfer come in here? Would you rather have an SEC game, to get up off the mat with, or do you kind of like having an opponent that you should be able to handle pretty easily?
As long as we score about 50 or 60, I'm perfectly happy with it. UAB coming in. We need to work on stuff is the way I feel. And we saw some really good stuff, but it's like, get more of it ready for the SEC games. Because the SEC, and we'll talk about that with Jake Crane later, it's just going to be chaos, man. The more I think about it, every game's going to be a battle.
Yeah. The thing I think this is true, but maybe it's just a product of we're so much better than we were 5 years ago that we're just viewing the college football landscape differently. But it just feels like for the longest time, there was Alabama, Georgia, LSU, teams like that were always there. There was a hierarchy to this league where there was a tier 1, a tier 2, and then so on. And now, like, the line between tier 1 and tier 2 is so blurry. I don't even know if there is one, man. Like, I just look at it like Texas, Georgia, LSU, us, Alabama, Ole Miss. Like, I feel like there's so much parity there that all these teams could very well win this league. And it doesn't feel like there's some team out there that's just playing a completely different game than the rest of the league the way it was during the Saban era.
Right. I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so we need this week to just continue to hone our craft, so to speak, to get ready for those games. Because again, we talked about it yesterday. Short of Kentucky, I'm not sure there's an easy game in our conference schedule at this point, because Mississippi State, if it was happening in Knoxville, I'd feel differently, but happening down there, thankfully it's in the afternoon. It's not at night. It feels like most of our transgressions in conference happen at night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's tough to go to anywhere in the conference at night. I mean, the fans are all liquored up and ready to go. And I really think that we probably beat Georgia Saturday if that game had been like 7:00, 7:30 kickoff. It's been a lot cooler.
It's cooler. Yeah, fans aren't baking out. Maybe it's a little bit lighter. Maybe we do get that fall starter too. They're really impressed with the way Georgia handled that because we just remember Alabama not handling that well last year, and Georgia handled it.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't – I don't think they were – I don't know that anybody's ever going to be as sustained loud as the 22 Alabama or the 15 Oklahoma game, whatever. But they did handle it well.
Well, we can get into that. We can also get into the fact that Camp Nico is already doing their thing.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Austin Price of VolQuest reporting last night that he has heard that Nico's camp has reached out to no fewer than 4 Power 4 teams in each of the 4 Power 4 conferences.
Speculation station. Who do we think they are?
You saw did I text this to you guys last night? It might have been to another thread I was on. If I'm putting money on an SEC team that would be taking their call, it's Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss.
Wow. Oh, God. Nightmare scenario.
Wow. Yeah. Where's the Sanders kid? He's a sophomore or junior, right? Austin Sanders has multiple years. Simmons, yeah.
He does. But
they should be starting that Trinidad kid.
Yeah, Chambliss. He looked very good. I just think that first of all, if a school like that were to take him, they're going to be like, yeah, but man, the money is it's not going to be what you've been getting, man. It's we're kind of starting fresh. I just think there's so much of that villain in Lane Kiffin that I could see him doing something like that. I feel like there's a lot of schools. I'm just thinking specifically in the SEC that would be like, we don't want any of this.
Yeah,
sure.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
But they're on the other side. There are schools that are desperate for a breakthrough that might want the name recognition of a 5-star quarterback coming to or a coach that's on the hot seat and is desperate for something. Yeah, somebody he'll be at a Power 4 school next year. Doesn't feel like it's going to be UCLA.
No.
I'd be really surprised if it was in the SEC.
Yeah, I can't think it'd be
as much as these guys talk to each other. And
I mean, he's also, think for example, a team that's got a coach on the hot seat. It's Arkansas. They're not gonna entertain that after what Madden did to them. I mean, and then like the upper tier schools in the SEC, they won't have anything to do with him. Ole Miss is the one where I'm not saying it would happen. I'm just saying. That's the one that wouldn't shock me.
Well, he'll end up somewhere. Whether it's good for him as a human being developmentally, as a quarterback developmentally, remains to be seen. I have my doubts.
Who knows? He could be somewhere else as soon as the end of this week because the portal's open for him now that UCLA.
He could bounce.
And he already used his red shirt, but everyone else on that team that hasn't used a red shirt can go to another team in red shirt for the rest of the year.
Listener B.S. Osborne on the live chat said he's heard 3 schools mentioned: Vanderbilt, Texas Tech, and Miami. Vandy, I find puzzling. Texas Tech.
I mean, how they're suing to get that 40-year-old another year.
Exactly.
Miami will need a guy after Carson Beck, but
yeah,
it's just you guys tell me if this is just sour grapes, but Nico is not shown that he is a good player in college football yet.
He's not a plug-and-play guy like Cam Ward and Carson Beck were.
Miami's got it rolling right now. Like you would think that they will be able to attract an elite quarterback prospect next year in the portal if they aren't developing one already on their roster.
Didn't he have he said the family's got some connection to Miami. I remember that. And then what's the kid's name? Francis
Mauigoa.
Yeah.
Is down there. Who were the other two? I was so blown away at Miami doing something that
Vandy and Texas incredible. Tech. Vandy, I don't buy. Texas Tech, I could see.
They got that billionaire.
They got money.
Get a better quarterback than Nico.
I know. Well, they got this Baron Morton kid at quarterback right now, but I think he's done after this season, so they would need a quarterback. Miami, the other thing I'll say, going back to them very quickly, watching that Notre Dame game with Miami's got some serious talent that's young. So to your point, Russ, I could see them going and getting something much better at quarterback than Nico.
Interesting conversation. We'll get back to it here in a little bit. First, though, quick timeout. Ryan Shumpert of RockyTopInsider.com set to join the festivities when we continue. It's Fan Run Radio, Tuesday afternoon edition of The Drive continues after this.
The Drive.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for The Drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Good afternoon.
Bill in the text box says, Bob, watching the WNBA, he must really still be upset.
That's a good point, Bob.
We all have our coping mechanisms.
My wife, she likes
my wife
likes
WNBA. Throw your wife under the bus, huh?
No, I'm just supporting. We co-watch, we co-view. You know,
that's cute.
It's a partnership.
Yeah. Charlie says Bear saying the defense is good has the same energy as Fulmer saying that recruiting is good.
I misspoke.
We're working like heck.
Was caught immediately. I'm not the only person that made a mistake in the first segment, but thanks for noticing.
Ryan Schumpert of RockyTopInsider.com is on the line. Good afternoon, Shump. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Hey, man, we're doing all right. Thanks for jumping on. Have you made any mistakes today?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. But I'm on the recovery from being sick, so that's still taking it a little bit easier. So that's limiting the number of mistakes I can possibly make. So I'm just not working that hard today.
I can share something with you guys.
Let's
that
hear
is
it.
just absolutely boy, you want to hear a guy throw himself under the bus. This is what a dummy I am. I was today years old when I realized that you have to clean your dishwasher. You ever cleaned a dishwasher? I had no idea. I just thought like you put soap in it like it's clean on the inside. And I'm doing the dishes and I'm looking at there's like all this gunk in there and I'm like, what in the hell? Like my dishwasher is filthy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I would just go to Google. How do you clean your dishwasher? And next thing I know, I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm pulling out the filters, all these different parts. I didn't know what a dishwasher, like what's in there. And, oh, that thing was nasty, bro. Those filters. But it's good now. It's good now. So not necessarily a mistake, just well, I guess it's a mistake I've been making all my life and only realized today. Life is about progress, Ryan Schumpert. You got to be constantly getting better. Derek Dooley called it the relentless pursuit of perfection, I believe, something idiotic like that. But I buy into it.
Well, Butch Jones always said you got to get 1% better every day. So it sounds like you've at least gotten 1% better today.
Yes.
It's critical.
I feel like learning how to clean a dishwasher is like 10, 15% better myself. Anyway,
yeah, no argument for me.
Ryan, your thoughts on where this Tennessee football team and their competent coach, Josh Heupel, is through 3 games. You feel, I mean, you 2-1. It was a gut punch loss Saturday, but I feel like most Tennessee fans feel better about their team now than they did at the beginning of the season based off the way they played against Georgia.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in the same boat there. And look, I just think the offense and the passing game is far better than my wildest expectations for it could have been. I mean, Joey Aguilar has been exceeded what I thought he could be. The receivers have been far better than I thought they would be. The offensive line, which I was more positive on, I thought had a chance to be pretty good. Without David Sanders, it's been, about on the far realm of about as good as, my most positive outlook would be. So the defense is not as good as expected. Injury certainly has a lot to do with that, but I still feel like what the offense has been through 3 games and doing it against a team that they have really, really struggled against the last 4 years outweighs some of the defensive struggles. And I'm higher on this football team than I was entering the year.
Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us today, man. I know you're fighting a little bit of the sickness, so appreciate the time. I was looking at one of the things on the site that you put up today with some comments from Kelsey Pope, and I just find it really interesting because most notably when we talk about, you just talked about it writ large about how the team is doing and things we saw that were definitely cause for optimism. One of them for me is obviously the receiving core, one that we were talking about so much going into the preseason. We were concerned about it from a standpoint of depth and everything else. Well, now we're seeing Chris Brazzell just totally show out. And do you believe it's kind of like what Pope said today, but were you thinking that before Kelsey talked about the notion that, hey man, it takes a while to get indoctrinated because it feels like it's been a long wait for Brazzell and, but now it feels like he's arrived.
Yeah, I think this is because that notion's been out there for a little while now, the kind of the year 2 and Josh Heupel's system thing for a receiver. And we've seen some guys really take a step in year 2. And look, I thought that there was something to that. I wasn't quite all in on that notion or just thought it was as simple as guys are going to be really good in year 2 and maybe not all, and maybe somewhat consistently struggle in year one, and I don't know if that's necessarily always going to be the case, but I definitely buy more into that. I mean, I think Brazel is the most dramatic version of that. You could probably argue Jalen Hyatt too, but Hyatt just didn't play a ton his first year in a Heupel's system, and Brazel did, and frankly just wasn't very good. So yeah, I think we all talked about the path to Tennessee's receivers being better this season, being the kind of young, athletic, talented guys, and Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley. And both those guys, especially Staley, have been good to start the season. I think Staley's been better than most people expected. But it's been Brazel who's been the breakout star in that room. And, I think Saturday was a reminder of something I think we all knew and talked about off and on the last 2 years of how an underthrown pass is better than an overthrown pass. And I think Brazel especially benefits from that because that was kind of the MO or the scouting report on his game when Tennessee got him from Tulane. Is that he was a guy that is really good at going up and high pointing the football. And certainly we've seen Joey Aguilar and even Jake Merklinger on one instance against ETSU give him an opportunity to go do that. And he's been really, really good at it.
What a vindicating moment for Kelsey Pope, Tennessee's wide receivers coach, who was taking some heat after last season. Remember when all those guys left, Nimrod and Caleb Webb, and there were like screenshots of those guys basically clowning on the coach online and stuff like that. And a lot of fans on the internet were thinking, maybe that's a spot where Josh Heupel could upgrade. Fast forward, not only has he done a seemingly fantastic job of developing the current crop of receivers, but he's got just a monster class committed with Tristan Keys, Salisi Moa, Tyreek King, like some really nice prospects coming in. He's got to be feeling himself a bit right now.
Yeah, we still joke about it some. The infamous Instagram Live, I can't remember, sometime in the week between Christmas and New Year's in December when Caddy goes to Caleb Webb Instagram Live and a lot of the other guys that had transferred out were on it, and they were just basically just ripping him on it. That felt like the peak of the heat for him and just kind of a unique situation that you don't see a whole lot. But no, he's been awful vindicated in the last 9 months with how this group that they've rolled with has played. And you said it too. Yeah, they've done a really good job. It feels like he has his best recruiting class coming in since he's been at Tennessee next year. So his stock definitely way up, and Heupel's patience or trust in him, whatever you want to call it, certainly paying off.
I want you to get in the brain of Josh Heupel. You there yet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's a strange place.
Yeah. No, this is, I said that setup was kind of a joke. The truth is, I do want to get your take on this, though, and that is from Saturday. I was of the mind, and I guess it's just going to be situational for sure, because I was of the mind, I felt like after what we had seen in the first two games, again, against lesser opponents, that Star Thomas felt like that's like RB1, but I guess what we saw, we didn't see Star as much until later in the game, and he was great against Georgia. But I guess that's what we have to resign ourselves to, is we've got some talent in the backfield. We just aren't entirely sure, who's going to be like the first guy out there each game. It just varies, and everybody will get their shot, I suppose. But any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw them find a little bit, ride the hot hand with Star Thomas and change some things. I mean, Deshaun Bishop, the first two games was Deshaun Bishop, then Peyton Lewis, then Star Thomas.
Right.
This time it was Bishop, then Thomas, then Lewis, and Lewis by far played the least of the three. And like you said, it felt like by the end of the game, Thomas was kind of the guy they were leaning on more. Now, on that last drive, I think they trust Bishop as kind of the sure-handed guy. So once they got pretty close to field goal range, I think they rolled with him just because they trusted him not to fumble as much as anybody. So, yeah, I mean, there multiple guys are going to play, and I think Bishop will probably continue to be that first guy on the field most weeks, or that would be my expectation if he's healthy. But it does feel like we're whittled it down. Not that we're not going to see Peyton Lewis, but it's whittled down to Bishop and Thomas definitely being the top two guys.
It does feel like they've all got nuances that make them different from each other, though, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I think there's some comparisons. I think you could point to 2023 with Jalen Wright and Dylan Sampson and Jabari Small. They're not quite all 1-to-1, but I do think their games, kind of match up a little bit even. I think Wright was the best running back that year, and I think Lewis is the one who I'd point to has a somewhat similar build in game. Now, I think Lewis is probably the worst of three in this bunch. And Bishop's got a little bit of that Jabari Small with the good vision, not really a big play guy. And then Thomas, I think, has a little bit more juice and can do a little bit more things catching the ball in the backfield too, which certainly Dylan Sampson was capable of.
Ryan Shumpert covers the Vols for RockyTopInsider.com, our guest this afternoon here on the show. And Ryan, interesting story developing in Nashville where the attorneys for Diego Pavia have been back in court, potentially trying to find a 7th year of football eligibility for Vanderbilt's quarterback. He has come out within the past hour on social media and said this is his last year, but I don't think the story would have been written if there hadn't been some movement on the legal front there. I don't know how likely it is that the courts would decide that junior college football just does not count towards your 4 years of eligibility. But if that were the case, then Joey Aguilar would potentially have a 4th year of eligibility next year. This is his 5th year, but if you take out the 2 years he played at Diablo Valley Community College, he would have 2 years at Appy State, 1 year at Tennessee. Ryan, do you think that Josh Heupel and his staff would be open to the possibility of exploring another year with Joey Aguilar?
Yeah, I think no doubt. I think that would be a home run of some sort for Tennessee, because I think if he is out of eligibility and doesn't end up having another year, I think it's a little bit of an awkward spot of, do you go out and try to add a 1-year quarterback in the portal? Do you roll with some of the younger guys on your roster? So to me, quarterback is very unsettled for what that could look like next year for Tennessee, and having an extra year of Aguilar as a bridge, I think, would be really, really positive. That just speaks to how well he's played for 3 weeks. So that's such a definitive answer. But yeah, I'm a little skeptical, but who knows? My understanding of it is the court case that Pavia won originally just said that you cannot limit junior college years of eligibility. But in the NCAA just said, well, we'll just give a blanket 1 year to guys in this scenario. Now, obviously, as Tennessee learned without Alberto Asuna and Georgia baseball, a player in the same boat, other courts have said no, that's we disagree with that ruling. JUCO years do count against you. But that was the original Pavia case, to my understanding, was JUCO years cannot count against you. It wasn't necessarily just a 1 year thing. That was kind of how the 1 year aspect was just how the NCAA interpreted it.
Yeah, if I'm a Heupel, I feel like the best case scenario going into next year is you have an entrenched starter of Aguilar. Hard to imagine all three of Merklinger, McIntyre, and Faison Brandon would stick around in that situation. But like the best case scenario to me, just based off what I've seen so far, would be you have Aguilar, you have McIntyre, you have Faison Brandon, and you get to evaluate McIntyre and Brandon behind Joey for a year and really decide at that point whether one of them you think can handle the job or whether you need to go out and run another player in 2027. But that's going to be interesting to see it play out, because we've had this conversation for a while now. I'm sure you guys up in the press box have as well, Ryan. But if this continues the way it's going with Aguilar and I'm Heupel, I'm going back to the portal if Aguilar can't play next year and trying to find an experienced veteran to come in and run my show. Unless I just think McIntyre, Merklinger, if I think the world of them, which I don't get the impression that they do, I'm going back to the portal and trying to find me another Joey Aguilar.
Yeah, I agree. And certainly you'd be in a really good spot to do that, given how much success Joey Aguilar has had, and then we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But assuming he continues to play well, just the success that he had and what was not a great situation, kind of coming in late and having to learn the offense quickly and being cast aside at UCLA, he certainly was not super highly thought of the first time he left Appalachian State, and that's why he ended up at UCLA. So there will be a lot to point to. It's just kind of an interesting deal with Heupel now, where he's going to have 4 starting quarterbacks in 5 years, and the two that have been really good for him have kind of been the two he didn't handpick, that kind of fell into his lap, and it's been the two that he handpicked that haven't been all that great. So that's just a long-term, I think, interesting thing to continue to watch. And I think you would argue that the other commonality between the two that have worked out is they've had a lot of experience playing college football, even though it not be in Josh Heupel's system. And I think it would be hard for Heupel in Tennessee not to want to look to find another one of those guys with a lot of experience.
I was looking, and there's this guy on the RTI side. He's been on this show before, Ryan Sylvia, and it's like a lot of similarities between you two. Same name, first name, last name starts with an S, so it's hard to discern. Can't say just Ryan S. You gotta say the full name. But he put a piece together talking about how Tennessee's football loss to Georgia could help the Vols' recruiting efforts. And I wanted to get your take on that, because it does give you pause to think through this, that spectacular weekend, classic game. We were on the losing end, but man, if you're Tennessee and you're wanting to recruit kids in here, between the experience and between the product on the field, now defense notwithstanding, but some of the stuff we saw offensively, it's like, you could argue some of the magic is back. Do you buy into that notion that even in a loss, that helped maybe Tennessee's recruiting cause on some of these prospects that they had in over the weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's kind of, from people who follow recruiting and know more about recruiting than me, I think that's kind of long been a thing that, it doesn't necessarily matter who wins the game. Like, these kids aren't ruling you out because you lost a game to Georgia in overtime or anything like that. It's not like a video game where you have the arrows go up on the visit if you win and they go down if you lose. So, it might have marginally been more helpful for Tennessee in recruiting if they had won. But for the most part, you're demonstrating the same things. You're demonstrating your campus, your game day environment, and whether, the fact that Max Gilbert's field goal drifted 5 yards to the right or however many feet to the right, probably be more accurate, didn't change anything about how the offense played, and it didn't really change anything about how the defense played. So all the stuff on the field itself that you're trying to sell these kids on, there was a lot of positives there. So I definitely think it still should have been plenty of good for Tennessee in recruiting despite the loss.
He is Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com. Find out more about the recruiting over at RockyTopInsider.com. Last thing for me, Ryan, speaking of recruiting, you guys have a piece up there about Tony Vitello and Tennessee baseball. Perfect Game has released their final class of 2025 recruiting rankings, and Tennessee, for the second year in a row, has signed the top class in college baseball. Pretty exciting. We'll see how many of these guys make an impact as true freshmen. It's been known to happen around here. Who are a couple of your favorites that you think have a chance to play right away?
Yeah, I think the two I would point to is Cameron Appenzeller, the left-handed pitcher from Illinois. He's one that I just think, even with Brendan Arvidsson coming back, I think there will be opportunities for left-handed pitchers in Tennessee's bullpen, and he was one that was as big as a draft risk really as any, and was at least a little bit of a surprise that Tennessee was able to get him to campus. So he's a big one, and then Ethan Moore's another one I would point to. Just he's a high school shortstop, but just an infielder that can play multiple spots. That second base to me is the most. There's going to be competition at a lot of spots in the fall, but I think second base is the one that's maybe the most open, and there's the least amount of a clear-cut leader there. So Moore, I'm sure, will be involved in that battle, and yeah, I guess as I'm saying it, that some young Moores at second base have been pretty good for Tennessee in the past. So maybe Tennessee can recreate some.
We had SEMO. We got Emo coming up through the ranks now.
I like that.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Anything else, Bob?
No, I'm good. Appreciate you,
You
Ryan.
looked like you had a query.
Oh, no, we're good.
Right. Well, Ryan, go get some fluids, man. Get feeling better, and we will talk to you again soon.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll see you guys.
See you, man.
Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com. When does fall baseball start?
A couple of weeks.
That's soon.
I was looking at this list. 4 of the top 100 players in high school ball end up making it to campus. Or I'm sorry, 6 of the nation's top 100 players make it to campus. When you think of all the guys that end up getting, it's not like football where 100 out of 100 are going. It's like what? 75 out of 100, and you got 6 of those dudes, more than anybody else in college baseball. Very exciting. Quick timeout. Open up the phone lines here. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to get on the show. 966-3435. It is The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Karns High School running back Cameron George. George led Karns to a 24-21 win over Clinton last week. George carried 31 times for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Beavers improved to 2-2 on the season. Karns High School's Cameron George, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Good afternoon. Still building right now with volume through downtown Knoxville, 40 West at 17th Street, Alcoa Highway, trying to pick up southbound, making your way past UT Medical Center all the way back into Blount County. A little bit of radar out here earlier, traveling down I-40 out through parts of Sevier up into Jefferson County. Just be careful. If your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Here, question still remains: if we decide that junior college football just doesn't count towards a player's 4 seasons, and my initial reaction is I would not want to see that happen, but we don't always get what we want. If that happened, would you want another year of Joey Aguilar here in Knoxville?
Pretty small sample size now that you talk about that, extending out another year while we've got
one monster game that we don't even win, and all of a sudden we're like, I want him to stay forever.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'd love to see some of these other guys get their shot, and it just feels like that will back the line up again even more. But check in with me in about 4 weeks. If Joey's still shredding it like we saw him do this past Saturday, then I might change my mind.
How old is he?
24, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say 23, but right in that range for sure.
We'll be qualifying for AARP here in a couple of years.
I don't know. I mean, even if he does shred, I kind of hope it doesn't. Just this is super slippery slope.
Yeah,
we're
I don't know. Like it's. I don't know if it was a slope. It's just like an on-off switch at this point. Either the years counter that. Like, it's not like they're going to play for 10 years. It's just you could go to JUCO for 2 or 3 years and then go play for 4 years at a bigger school.
Yeah. I don't know.
Junior college basically becomes like a minor league at that point, which is kind of what's happening with these smaller schools anyway.
More like preps, what used to be called, I guess, prep schools. Like
those are still out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I knew they were in basketball. I didn't.
I mean, again, like if I'm Josh Heupel and if this continues with Aguilar and he has the kind of season he's having, I'm going to make sure I have an experienced quarterback. Davey Hudson on Voluntary Reaction. I don't know if you've heard this, Bob, but he was going through a Bill Parcells. Like Bill Parcells has an infamous quote or set of criteria for if he's ever going to draft a quarterback in the NFL. And it was like, he's got to have started at least 30 games and had, X completion percentage and all these different like checklist things. And it's like, yeah, like I'm kind of thinking the same thing. If I'm any of these college coaches, I'm going to go find, I'm still going to sign George McIntyre and Faison Brandon and stuff like that. But unless they've been in my program for 2 or 3 years and I really know what they can do and I'm confident that they can do the job, I'm going and finding I'm taking the quarterback from VMI or Old Dominion or coming after these Virginia quarterbacks, but schools like that. I'm finding a good CUSA or American Athletic Conference quarterback who's started a bunch of games and proven it. I'm bringing in here and playing with him.
You could. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. Indiana just did it with, they could even come from a bigger school like Cal, like Francisco Mendoza at Indiana, and the guy that succeeded him at Cal. I'm telling you, he will get poached.
I was looking at, is Cal, if you look at their schedule,
they're their last game is their tough game against SMU. I mean, they could run the table in the ACC the way they're playing right now. It's that simple.
Good for Justin Wilcox.
Yeah. Yeah, they could get into the playoffs.
They should be minimum 9 or 10 win team.
Yeah.
Right now, but we'll see how that plays out. Justin Hanna on the text box says his favorite Robert Redford movie is The Last Castle, which also starred James Gandolfini and was filmed in Nashville.
I'd forgotten about that one.
I've never heard of that one.
I had not heard of it either.
Oh.
I'd heard of it. I think I watched it. I knew it was filmed in Nashville, and that Gandolfini just didn't. I was looking at his filmography.
Chris from Knoxville says, could you imagine this kid with Big Nick, this kid and Big Nick with Dion at Colorado? Absolute chaos. That thought did cross my mind. That would kind of set up
with it.
But I mean, Dion lives in the chaos. It just seems like he's got those kind of situations around him. I could see him either being like, that's fine, I can deal with Big Nick. I've dealt with worse. I deal with this kind of drama all day in my program. But I could, or maybe he's the one guy say, yeah, I'll take your son. He can start in the Big 12. We've got a good program and everything, but I'm not dealing with you.
I was going to say,
set out the ground rules.
Dion's a bit of an icon. I'm not sure he's that great of a coach, but I think he would have the wherewithal and the ability, for the reasons you said, Russ, to tell Big Nick, like, man, you're going to be outside this door.
We'll take your son and we'll pay you guys, but like the family's not coming to practice and all this stuff, and what I say goes. And I will not be returning your phone calls on game week.
Yeah,
about what you need to see at the game plan.
That's right.
You won't have any input on recruiting or anything like that. Honestly, that might be as good a situation as Nico could hope for, because I don't know that schools with a better profile than Colorado are going to be beating down the door to sign him at this point.
It's true. Legalize weed, too.
I'm not a grass expert.
Is that a recruiting pitch you think Dion uses?
Just heard some stuff. I don't know.
Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up.
The Drive.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 888-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
The voluntary reaction. This football season, tune in to Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real. You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Drive underway here on Fan Run Radio on the Top 4 at 4, brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Walker Smith, what do you got?
Thank you. At number 1, Josh Heupel has given some injury updates this week with UAB on the horizon this weekend. On the D-line, Heupel said Jackson Moy is still day-to-day after missing 2 weeks.
Aren't we all?
And Devin Hobbs is out of his walking boot and running on the practice field. He also said the cornerback Jermod McCoy still has an uncertain timetable for his return. It's unclear how much work he's been getting in practice since the season started.
Yeah, I've heard McCoy is running, cutting. We've seen that, all that stuff on video. He's not done any team period, so he hasn't tackled. He hasn't been in a situation where he's twisting to the ground and stuff like that. Hobbs is a big one, too. I mean, just getting hit like he's running. I just wonder, some of these guys, Bob, you've got game this week against UAB. No reason to risk anybody in that game. Although another approach could be I use that to knock the rust off, get a guy out there and just get him like 10 snaps or something. I don't think Heupel's going to do that. And then you've got at Mississippi State and then an off week. Feels like that after that off week against Arkansas might be a time to see some of these guys come back.
And what about Sanders? I mean, I'm hearing all sorts of stuff there. I'm sure you are too.
Well, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. It's kind of a nerve injury where Heupel said, look, it's a unique injury. He's not going to play until the medical staff clears him, but he wants to play. But until his nerve is right, he's not going to.
But I'm even, there's rumblings out there like, again, Austin Price and others saying possible red shirt incoming.
I mean, if he's not cleared, he's not cleared.
Yeah.
I think that comment was, well, you can play in 4 games and still qualify for a red shirt, kind of like Nico did in 2023. If this continues to linger for another month, and then you're cleared at the end of the season and we're a little beat up, maybe we need some at that point. If he's ready to go, maybe you just go ahead and work him in and he can still retain the year. It's a bizarre situation. I don't think there's any funny business going on. I don't think Heupel is not. Heupel wants him to play. The kid wants to play. I don't think agents involved. Everything I've heard is this is exactly what it purports to be, where he's got a nerve issue. And as long as it's anything pertaining to the nervous system, the doctors aren't going to clear you. You're not going to play until the doctors clear you. It's in their hands.
At number 2, Dabo Swinney isn't about to tuck tail and run after Clemson's 1-2 start to the season. On Tuesday, Swinney delivered a strong message to his critics, saying, quote, "I thrive in the battle. Honestly, I have my whole life. Perspective is important. If they want me gone, they can send me my way. If they're tired of winning, they can send me on my way. I won't stop. I'm 55. I'll go somewhere else and win. I ain't going to the beach."
Go ahead and fire me is what he's saying.
No.
This is not the first time Dabo has played this card.
No,
at least the second time.
Yeah, I think it's number 2.
Go on, fire me.
But, I mean, they had a disappointing start to their season. I mean, they still could win the ACC, I reckon.
Yeah, they're not out of it. They
still make the playoffs, but miss is a problem. There's several of these teams that were completely overhyped. That's why I was saying back when that initial AP poll came out.
Were they overhyped, or did they lose to a good LSU team in a really hard-fought game and then lose on the road at Georgia Tech by 3?
The Georgia Tech loss. I mean, if you're being bandied about as a lot of people had them in the national championship game at the end of this year. You can't lose that game to Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech is one of the better teams, one of the best teams in the ACC. We'll give them that.
That's the ACC.
The Clemson still shouldn't lose that game. And what it really feels like is that Dabo's experiment of not using the transfer portal now, it just doesn't work. Like we've seen it the past couple of years.
But
where
he got away from that.
Yeah, he's adjusted a little bit, but he's still
not like everyone
behind.
else.
Bob, what do you think about Dabo getting pissy with the media again?
That's a tough one for me. I think he's a good coach. I'm not a fan.
Really?
No, never have been.
You have
because it's all that. Now he didn't do it today. He had a little more. Pardon me, piss and vinegar.
Proselytized to anybody?
No, but he, a lot of times he's done the whole, aw shucks, and I'm going to pray on it and all this other stuff. And it's like,
see if you pray yourself up some touchdowns, Dabo.
That's all. I get kind of tired of his. I get tired of his shtick. And you're right, he has done this before. What he said today. He's pulling
at the end of the day, he's a damn Bammer.
Pulling the greatest hits out.
Roll down Tide.
Never forget that guy is a dyed-in-the-wool Bammer Gump.
Roll down Tide.
A moron runs down the side of that damn hill. I can't wait for him to wipe out. Turf burn his whole face.
At number 3, the NFL concluded that Tom Brady did not violate any NFL rules by wearing a headset in the Las Vegas Raiders coaching booth during the Monday Night Football game. Telecast showed Brady in the Raiders booth wearing a headset during the first quarter of the game. The NFL said a minority owner with the Raiders and broadcaster for Fox is, quote, prohibited from going to a team facility for practices and production meetings, but the former star quarterback is allowed to sit in the coach's booth, according to the league.
Explain that to me. Make that make sense.
I don't know.
He can't go to the facility and meet with the coaches, but he can sit in the damn booth with the headset on, hearing the play calls?
I think the exact wording of what the NFL said is there's a rule against them going to practice and all that. There isn't any language about him putting a headset on. There's not a rule about it.
Well, I mean, should there be? I mean, I don't know. That seems like an egregious conflict of interest to me. No?
It was so weird seeing him last night with the tie on and everything. It's just weird. The whole thing is odd to me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
All right. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4.
That was only number 3.
That was 3 of the top 4 at 4. Please finish.
At number 4, Coach Sean McVay says he tore his plantar fascia while coaching the Los Angeles Rams to a victory over the Titans last Sunday.
That damn Nissan Stadium turf strikes again.
I'm stunned that he was able to continue.
Tough guy. He didn't say exactly when it happened, but he appeared to pull up awkwardly while moving to call a timeout during the win.
Yeah, I was watching him a lot, and he's all over the place, very energetic. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
Yeah, he's got a get-back guy on the sideline, a guy whose sole job is to pull him off the field.
There was a challenge, at the 1 yard line, and he walked all the way down there, and he's standing next to the official. It was when Higbee scored the touchdown, and they ruled him out at the 1, and he's standing there. He's waiting, and they're about to, and he just does the
Dribble,
just
threw it out there.
throws the flag like right at the ref's feet. He's standing right next to him, just kind of lays it at his feet.
He did a commercial for a food chain. I can't remember what it was, but where he had the clipboard that he was talking behind it. He was like taking the order, like he was waiting the table, saying, what would you like? And then they'd say, well, what do you think of this? And he wouldn't, the whole thing where he talks so you can't read his lips. I thought it was pretty funny. Dude's got some energy.
Do you think that NFL franchises are still paying a price for, like McVay was so successful that they all want the young coach, like Brian Callahan? Is that a guy that gets that opportunity? If McVay, everybody's wanting to hire these young guys, the next Sirianni. They're hiring these guys who are like less than 40, and it just feels like maybe, I look at Dan Quinn and these guys that have even been fired, Raheem Morris, guys that are in their 40s or 50s, in their prime, but had a little bit more experience as being better options than just trying to find the next whiz kid.
Yeah, I think back to you remember? Okay, so when Lane Kiffin was coaching the Raiders, which sounds surreal now that actually happened, but then when he left, they replaced him. I believe, didn't they replace him with Dennis Allen, or did he replace Dennis Allen? I can't remember. But Dennis Allen was he looked like he was about 28. I mean, he was young as hell, and I just never got that. I never
something
did.
To be said for experience. Every now and then, there's going to be and Lane Kiffin was a whiz kid and has proven himself to be a competent coach, but every now and then there's going to be a Sean McVay.
Yeah.
And hey, it's a gamble, I suppose. If you see that kind of talent, go ahead and snatch it up. But I don't know. I think there's something to be said for giving guys a second chance and letting them learn and improve. And I'm pulling for those guys. You look last night at Pete Carroll and Harbaugh going at it. And Pete Carroll makes Harbaugh look young, but those guys, he's a hell of a coach. Yeah.
72.
Mike McDaniel's not.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
He's Mike McDaniel's not.
Boy, how his star was shining brightly like a year ago.
You either have a quarter at every level. You either have a quarterback, you don't. And unfortunately for him, last year, he's got one that's incredibly concussion prone now. Do you all really? I don't feel like Tua Tagovailoa or whatever Tua is going to complete a full season.
Well, Tua's has there been a quarterback? I'm sure there has been. I can't remember a quarterback. The first 2 games of the season that had 2 more strikingly opposite games than Tua's had in Indianapolis, and then who they played, the Patriots Sunday.
Yeah, and then you can imagine that could be on the downswing. They go to Buffalo Thursday night.
The Tua looked pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm saying it. So down
better to go up there now than November, December.
That's true. I think when Tua's dialed in, he's so much fun to watch. I think he's as accurate a passer as you're ever going to find. But to Bear's point, he can't stay on the field.
He can't, and I think McDaniel is a key part of that. Like that seemed like such a great marriage of coach and quarterback,
right?
But these kids injury prone.
Yeah, it's not even really injury prone. It's just I feel like anytime he gets hit or slung around, he gets another concussion.
So here were by the way, Top 4 brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Check them out online, knoxvillesmiles.com. Half price whitening with a regular teeth cleaning at Knoxville Smiles now through the end of the year. Save big at Knoxville Smiles. Tell them Fan Run sent you. Again, knoxvillesmiles.com. Bill Parcells rules, 7 quarterback rules. We won't go through all of these, but 1, be a 3-year starter. Quarterback must have started at a high level. Be a senior in college. Graduate from college. A degree shows a player's commitment and responsibility. Start at least 30 games. That's a big number. Win at least 23. Rule 6, post a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. And then 7, complete at least 60% of passes. I'm sure this was like from the 90s. There are better analytics and stuff now to measure a quarterback by. But point being, like, experience. Experience matters. And I think that there's something to be said for that at the college level in the modern game as well.
Totally agree.
865-966-3435, your number to get on the show today, 966-3435. Let's get a call from Phil. Good afternoon, Phil. You're on the drive.
Boys, sorry, Doug.
Hey, Philly.
How you and the boys doing?
Doing well. Thank you.
I enjoyed Bob talking about the WNBA. It's pretty cool.
I'm just trying to keep the waters calm in the house, Phil. That's all. My wife likes watching the Fever. And
You think Mrs. B would, like, you could bring Phil over for
sure,
hang out, watch some ladies basketball?
Why not?
Just pound like a case of beer.
Phil, I gotta say, again, trying to keep the waters calm. You may have heard me say this on the show last week. I am now not only a season ticket holder for men's basketball, I'm a season ticket holder for women's basketball.
Hey, by the way, we did not mention yesterday, Olivia Edwards.
Yeah.
Number 2 overall player in the country commits to Coach Kim at the ball game. Saw her up there in the founder suite with Peyton and everything. She
tweeted about Peyton.
She got the royal treatment.
I imagine it's got to feel pretty good for a high school senior, even though she's the number 2 recruit.
I can imagine that feels pretty good for Coach Kim to get the number 2 overall player in the country. That's
well, sure.
On top of all the other recruits and transfers she's got.
Phil, the Lady Vol orange and light blue.
Yeah,
it's back. We're back, baby.
Well, at least that picture they had on the internet of her wearing all orange was pretty pleasant. Instead of that blue crap. But that's a big get for them. How's Barnes recruiting going, Bob?
You know, I haven't heard much recently. I mean, I think they had some guys in this weekend. But yeah, I haven't heard a whole lot.
Recruiting a lot more high school players than we were this time last year.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say was it feels like, Phil, you follow this stuff super closely as well. It feels to me like we're at least in the mix on a lot of big name players like we haven't been in the past. I mean, in terms of number of players, not just 1 or 2, but it feels like we're in the consideration set for a lot of these guys. Would you agree?
Yeah, and a lot of these guys are tied to Adidas too, so that helps Tennessee trying to get them.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. I actually see where Chris Dortch said that he said Tennessee will be a better team than they were last year.
I feel like that's what we say every year about Rick Barnes. We're actually going to be better than we were last. I mean, that's how it's been for years now.
Speak it into existence. We all want that Final Four or title.
And keep knocking at that door.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Dortch is a basketball expert. We're not.
Yeah, and he would also know he's super tight with Barnes. So I mean, I'm sure he hears some stuff from Rick too. So, you know, that tells me Rick's probably feeling pretty good about this bunch.
I think the last thing I saw, he had Florida ranked number 1. Is Florida's roster that good?
They're good, man. God, they're good. Once they started getting, you know, like Hauk or whatever his name is, decided not to go into the draft, and
gross.
Handlogton's back, and
they still got that 8-foot kid.
They do, Olivier Roux, and then when they got Boogie Flan, man, that just kind of flipped the table at that point. They're loaded, man. I hate to say it, but they're loaded.
Well, they still don't have Clayton. Clayton he's probably the best guard they ever had down there.
Fantastic college player.
He was great.
Yeah, he might be a good pro.
I think you're right.
He's a walking bucket.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys. Like I wouldn't say he's Jalen Brunson level, but he's one of those guys that could kind of sneak up like that in the NBA.
Well, what do you think it's going to be? 10-2, 9-3. What do you think is going to end up happening for the Vols this year?
You know, the over-under was at 8.5 coming into the season. Was it 8.5 or 9.5?
8.5.
8.5.
I mean, it's at 9.5 now, right?
So it's gone up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, in my mind, it has.
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, to be a 9 or win 10. If you go 8-4 at this point, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
Of course. I mean, it sure
Yeah.
seems like, Phil, from the standpoint of what we're seeing across the SEC already, it feels like, we didn't like losing to Georgia, obviously, but we probably have room for one more loss and still be in the playoff mix. But I think it's going to take at least 10-2.
Yeah. You got to beat Oklahoma at home, Arkansas at home.
Yep.
You got to go to Mississippi State and win. And you got to go to Florida and win. We're going to go to playoffs. You can't lose to Florida and go to playoffs.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm thankful we're playing Vandy here. I mean,
Yeah,
Bob. I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
They looked good the other night. I mean,
All right, let's let things play out a little bit more before we start. Are you worried about that trip to Kentucky too?
No, I'm not worried about that one at all. That's the only game I'm not really concerned about.
God, they look
Is
awful.
Bobby going to get 8 years?
He says this is his last year. That's what he said on social media about an hour or so ago.
Well, and they're play pro football, so he might as well try to get another year of college. All honesty, though, y'all were talking earlier, I think it's a great idea to send some of these kids to junior college and get ready, and then let the junior college be good like they used to be. Right now, junior colleges aren't as good as they were 20 years ago. Putting talent in pro in the college football and basketball.
I mean, could you at some point start using? Could we have an affiliation agreement like Major League Baseball or Walker? You know how like Chelsea has Strasbourg, and they use that as like a farm team basically. Could we set up like ETSU or Walters State or somewhere as a team that we just sort of loan players out to gain experience?
It's interesting.
Just throwing that out there.
Is Walker a web guy? Is Walker a web guy?
I am a web guy, yeah.
He's an educated man.
I try to be.
Well, what's happened to web? I mean,
No, we're just not good at football right now. It's just not good.
Well, why don't they get in the big boy league? They're in the big boy league in basketball. Why can't they get in the big boy league and get annihilated in football?
We're a basketball school. Football, we had our time, but now we're a basketball school. Can't forget.
Basketball school?
You can't forget we won a basketball state championship in both boys and girls basketball last year. Like, we're a juggernaut in basketball.
A little respect to your superiors, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They won state.
Could that web team that won last year beat the Catholic team in 20? Catholic will beat them by 50 points in the game.
That's a good question.
This is the lamest conversation we'll have all year. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate the phone call. Stay with us. The Drive continues. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. You're locked onto Fan Run Radio. 104 AM and online at fanrunradio.com.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Good afternoon. Still wrapping up this wreck here. Had some injuries. 40 eastbound. It's going to be just past Hall of Fame. Again, through downtown. It's been a little bit slow with some rubbernecking over here. 40 going eastbound, just past Hall of Fame as they try to clean up this accident. One vehicle was on its side. As traffic gets heavier out.
When they opened up that key, I felt like running through a wall. Put the game on, baby. Been having weird calls for another helmet smacking tackle, check a ball. Put the game on, baby.
Ball fans are mad online.
About what this time?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
We're a very aggrieved fan base.
Tristan Keys has been dropped by, I'm not even sure which service it is. Rivals?
Yeah.
Tristan Keys no longer the number 1 receiver in the country. He's been bumped down a peg. He is now number 2, as per the experts over at Rivals.
He also lost a star. He's a 4-star now.
He did?
That's what I saw online.
Oh, man.
People were.
Do we even want him anymore?
Well, yeah. I think everybody's just saying that as soon as Tennessee takes somebody, it is a curious. There is a pattern. I mean, we're not completely just going off for no reason.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier about Kelsey Pope meeting with the media today. And again, like a lot of people were wondering, oh man, this guy can't keep his receivers. They all ran off. All those good receiver prospects ran off and then talked trash about him on their way out the door. And we've only got 6-7 scholarship wide receivers coming into the season. What are we going to do? They can't stay healthy. They're unproven, all this stuff. And as we sit here today, September 16th, I think fans feel pretty good about their receivers coach, the current receivers on the team, and the receivers coming into the program next year.
I mean, they've been good enough that our quarterback is in the top 8 or top 10 list of Heisman hopefuls right now. I mean, Joey's he's thrown for almost 1,000 yards in 3 games.
According to On3's poll, their poll for Heisman hopefuls, Brazel even got a couple votes.
Brazel's just sick.
But this is it for him, right? This is the end of the road last season.
He's got another year, I believe.
I think he keeps playing the way he's playing. He's probably going very early.
We're going to keep stacking up receivers now like we did at quarterback. I mean, at the rate we're going, because you got obviously Matthews and Rodarius Jackson and, my God, Travis Smith, Staley. Then the recruits coming in.
Poor Rodarius.
Jay on Twitter on the text box says, Heupel era injury timeline, you might as well count Rod Jackson out for the year as well.
Nice.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Brazel's getting all the love, but I love what I've seen out of Matthews and Braylon Staley as well. Really, I expected out of Matthews, him being the 5-star and everything. Didn't really know what to expect out of Braylon Staley. I mean, you talk about exceeding expectations. He's been fantastic.
He looks really good. He looks really good. Don Staley's nephew, right?
Really?
Yes.
Huh. What?
Yes.
No.
Go check it out.
Really?
Check it out.
Wow. And but there's with the portal, I can't keep track of where the hell did we get this kid from?
He's from Columbia.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, why would
But then
her
he went,
nephew live
didn't he
there?
go to, well, and he went to,
I want to say he was at Dutch Fork.
he went to some, but I thought he went to some like, military prep school as well in Georgia. We're efforting that now.
Almost positive he's from Aiken, South Carolina. Went to Strom Thurmond High School.
Strom Thurmond.
Yeah. How about that?
Aiken,
for a
isn't that
reference?
where that's where KG was from, I think. Garnett.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I know he's a South Carolina guy. I think it was Aiken.
But yeah, I vetted that over the weekend, as a matter of fact, because so I can say it with confidence. He's Don Staley's nephew.
Is there anything you don't say with confidence, Bob? I mean, every word that comes out of your mouth, I'm just like, there's a man who believes what he says.
And he'd fully processed the loss Saturday. A block.
No, that was not my takeaway. My takeaway is that he has pushed all his hurt feelings deep down into the place that we all have, where we put things, and some of us deal with them eventually. Sometimes they explode out in a fit of, I don't know. I mean, if Baskerville comes in here one day next week, sometime in the next month, in the next year, and just goes completely postal, I will attribute. I'm like, oh, Bob's finally dealing with the loss to Georgia. That's good to see.
You've never seen me make a costly turnover in even a pickup basketball game, because there'll be maybe a couple expletives. Like
you're a fiery competitor.
A little bit.
I'll say some bad words.
Fiery Bob Baskerville this afternoon. Let's get Geraldo in here next. Geraldo, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Speaking of fiery.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing all right. Yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm still a little bummed out about Saturday, but also hopeful. You know what I mean? Like that balance of I'm not mad, I'm sad. I'm not disappointed. I'm just sad. And it was one of those games where we could have easily won, and it'd be very much like Alabama 2022. It just didn't go our way this time. But I do feel like we were the better team. I think that's a really good sign, very positive. But I also did receive another vision, but it was from the Rickard Ridge Barbecue Man. And yes. I'm here to deliver it.
Let's go.
Are you guys ready for it?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here.
Okay, that was kind of rude. All right. He said, Geraldo, I'm here to talk to you about the game on Saturday. I said, okay, Mr. Rickard Ridge Barbecue Man, what do you have to tell me, sir? And he said, when you have a wine and cheese crowd, you're going to have a wine and cheese type of atmosphere. And that's all he said to me. And, I've been processing what he said and what he meant by that, and I think I have to agree with him.
Mm.
I was not super impressed by the atmosphere.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say.
I do think it would have been. I think the heat had something to do with it. I think the complete disaster of a process getting to the stadium had probably. So I mean, I just had another person tweet me. I'm still getting tweets about this.
Ingress and egress.
Nelson says we weren't able to get to our seats in GG till we were up 21-7. Waited an hour in the concourse. Hundreds of dollars spent to miss out on the best moments of the first quarter. So, I mean, I think there were a lot of people who were having that same experience. So I think that detracted from the atmosphere. And I think it's just hot, man. You're on that east side and that sun's just bearing down on you. I've been there for hot games, man. It's hard to have energy.
Okay, sure. But I don't know. You're not there to socialize. You're there to carry our team to victory. And I just feel like there was no penalties because of the noise or anything.
That's the other side of it is you got two press boxes now full of Wine and Cheesers, and I love the Wine and Cheesers, man. I've been up there. I love wine and cheese. It's good. But now you've got the West Club down there, closest seats to the field on the west side, and those folks have, like, you'll see at the beginning of the game, the beginning of the second half, like those places are half full because everybody's downside in the club area underneath the stadium, socializing and enjoying the amenities down there. You've got the Tennessee Terrace that's been there for a long time on the west side upper deck, which is not, if you go there, if you've ever been there, like, it's just a different atmosphere. It's much more calm. On the east side of the stadium, you've got the area right underneath the skyboxes there that's club seating. And now you've got the Danny's party deck down there, which I haven't sat in, but I've been told that, again, like, that's a very more laid, but not a lot of hooting and hollering going on coming down from the party deck. So you've got all these premium areas. The folks aren't going to those to affect the game, right? They're going there to
socialize and watch,
to be seen,
be there.
Yeah, to be seen for different reasons. They're not like the crazies are down there jammed in on the bleachers, yelling our lungs out, trying to help the team, trying to affect the game, help our team win. And there's just more and more of those areas, and that's going to detract from the atmosphere naturally.
How do we fix that? Because I feel like you could still have both. Is it because I wasn't able to call in and ask for a borderline dangerous game? Is it my fault? Is it my fault?
I mean, we all have to shoulder responsibility in life, Geraldo.
I think you're right. It's my fault. I will own this one. The Georgia loss is on me, everyone. It's my fault, and I won't let it happen again.
You know what would be great is if we could figure out somehow how to get the Rickard Ridge guy on the PA system at Nemo.
I think the Rickard Ridge guy should be. I love Jeff Jarnigan. He does a fine job, but like the new PA guy, yeah.
Take over.
1st and 10 Vols. It's 3rd down.
Open the tee.
That would be fantastic. Yes. Now you're thinking. Open the tee.
Guys, well, there was one last part of the vision that I didn't share, and it ended with the Rickard Ridge barbecue man opening his mouth, and I crawled inside. Inside was a small village of even smaller Russell Smiths living in a community that looked absolutely like a utopia. And I asked them, I said,
sounds like DR Vols nightmare.
Why have you called me here? And they said, you need to invest in crypto. And then the vision ended. The vision ended there. I don't know what it means. Maybe you guys can decipher the meaning out of that. But I just want to say that I love you so much, and I especially love the small versions of you that live inside the Rickard Ridge barbecue.
All right. You made it excessively weird. Thank you. Nico's pass incomplete, intended for whoever was 15 yards behind it.
God, somebody broke down his game film from UCLA, and they were like, he's right on target here, and just throwing it into the ground as intended. He acted like every throw he made was.
Peyton Lewis carries, tackled by Jihad Ward.
It's tough to break down what's broken, man. I mean, that's like, God, I feel, again, I'm starting to feel bad for the kid a little bit.
I do. He's getting clown bad.
Yeah.
On social media, I saw an AI video. Those AI videos are scary. So I really thought until he started cussing in the video that it was really him for a second.
I mean, used to be you only had to look out for those clever guys like Vulcan who would change the name and the profile and everything. And now you get the full on video. Like, is this real? I don't know what I'm looking at. I watched somebody did the new Bruce Springsteen biopic that's coming out.
Yes.
Somebody did the first time I saw the trailer, it was an AI deep fake. And it took me, like, I was watching this thing for like a minute. Like, this is weird. This is a really weird movie that decided to do about Bruce Springsteen. And like it was like a minute and a half of my dumb ass sitting there watching this before I realized, oh, it's not real.
He does have a documentary out though, doesn't he? He's
got a biopic coming out with the dude from The Bear, right?
Yeah, Jeremy Allen White.
Yes.
He's got that. I thought I saw it on Prime the other day, or HBO Max 1. Maybe it's the thing you're talking about.
You know, ESPN's doing a 30 for
Lane
on Lane
Kiffin. It looks good.
Where are the crudes, Lane?
It's so like the 30 for 30s are reserved for guys like who are either dead or retired.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin is probably in the midpoint of his career.
Well, and then I don't know for a fact, is it 30 for 30 or SEC storied?
I think it's 30 for 30 because they were promoting it on Monday Night Football last night.
I didn't see it. Okay. We just had gotten notified over at RTI from ESPN's press group about it.
It's not the first
time. Are they doing interviews?
No, but they were offering to send a screener for an advance. We're like, bring it.
So Shumpert could be one of the guys sitting there. Was he even here for the night Kiffin left?
No. They're saying they just wanted to send a screener for us to plug it.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like they could do the interview where like they're talking to the guys who were there.
No, they're sending the actual show saying, yeah, check it out, write about it.
It's not the first time they've done it. They made a Calipari 30 for 30 when he was still coaching. That came out 3 or 4 years ago. It was a pretty good one, actually. I enjoyed it.
865-966-3435, your phone number. If you want to get on the show, you can call or text the drive this afternoon, 966-3435. Jeremy says, I'm doing the exact same thing for kickers too. Is that a fantasy reference? By the way, I'm hesitant to even bring this up. There was a trade in the Fan Run Fantasy League this morning.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
What exactly are the terms of the trade, Bob?
Well, it's between the two hosts of Talk Sports, Cody and John. John sends Cody, Justin Jefferson, and Kyler Murray.
Okay.
In return, John gets Josh Allen, reigning MVP, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Whoa.
Yeah, hashtag collusion.
No, that's what, and we're leaving out a key piece of the story for listeners who might not understand. John is the commissioner of the league. So we've got two co-hosts, one of whom is the commissioner of the league, executing high leverage trades here with some of the biggest names in the NFL back and forth. And like, that's just okay.
Vote it down?
There's no vote process. It just happened. It got announced.
I didn't know until it's done. I'm sitting here 0-2. And like, I mean, Tom Brady's sitting up in the booth wearing that headset last night. Roger Goodell think this is fishy. Optics are bad.
Look at it
That's all
this
I'm
way.
saying.
Look at it this way. Last place, there's a punishment. And Cody's definitely in last place. So maybe securing that even more. I don't know.
Why would he want to be punished?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Why would you give up Josh Allen and Marvin Harrison Jr. for who?
Justin Jefferson, who doesn't really have a quarterback throwing to him at the moment.
Yeah.
And
who was the quarterback?
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Like if you plug that trade into any of these apps, Trade Evaluator.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna look fishy as hell. And that's another reason I'm not in it.
I don't
have to get upset with my coworkers over stuff like this.
I'm not as upset about the trade. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is kind of not very good in fantasy. So it's like one guy upgrades a wide receiver, one guy upgrades a quarterback.
Yeah.
Not too bad, but I see the collusion there.
The optics of it are very bad. Very bad on the optics. So
I would say if it's a peak Justin Jefferson, who's actually been hobbled a little and then again has no quarterback really.
Indeed.
I think that's the one that's because I would agree with you, Walker. Otherwise, I would say, okay, yeah, it's fair. They're addressing needs at different positions.
Sure. But the optics of it, Russ, are what? Bad.
They're bad. Yes, that was the word I used.
Indeed.
Coming up on many of these Fan Run affiliates, we'll get back to your phone calls. More audience interaction today as Tennessee prepares for UAB this weekend. What do the Blazers have coming to Knoxville? We'll go inside a little bit with you when we continue here on Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Knoxville, get ready. The big sports show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at bigsportshow.com. That's bigsportshow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodge. I'm one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Hey, football fans, this is Stats.
And this is the Sheik. And together we are the Cover Boys. And we cover college football like no one else.
Each week, we preview all the big games in college football. And we may not tell you who's going to win, but we'll tell you who's going to cover.
Our patented right sides are clicking at 66% against the spread all time.
So join us right here every Friday evening at 8 for the Cover Boys on the official voice of Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
And enjoy the winners, everyone.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles, unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Well, good afternoon. A couple of accidents in their clearing stages got heavier out here with a little bit more volume in West Knoxville, right on schedule, actually. 40 East and West, coming past Paper Mill here over the top of West Hills. All
UAB, it's a 12:45 kickoff Saturday on the SEC Network. Trent Dilfer makes his return to the Volunteer State. He coached a couple of our players, I believe, the Spillmans, Edwin Spillman, and was it Beasley maybe? Or
It was Caleb Beasley.
At Lipscomb.
Yep.
So he comes back, and we'll get to see them. They are 2-1 on the season, won a 52-42 shootout with Alabama State. They lost 38-24 at Navy, and then won this past weekend a thriller against Akron, 31-28. So they are 2-1, but
Zips
haven't really beaten anybody of note. 38-24 at Navy that's a good, hard-fought game.
Navy's not very good these days, though.
Like I said, terrible result. There's a reason we're 39.5-point favorites coming into this one.
Yes.
Hope we get a lot of the young guys some work. This is one of those games we can't afford to have any more injuries.
Jalen Kitna threw for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. We talked about him, the situation at Florida. Obviously a very ugly thing. I'll leave you to Google that if you so desire. Solomon Beebe ran for a 96-yard touchdown, the opening kickoff in that one. Do you think is he related to? There's a couple of I always go back to Don Beebe with the Bills, but isn't there a Beebe offensive lineman for? Is it the Cowboys?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like
I have no idea. Don Beebe cost me I think it was $2,000 on a football board. Super Bowl.
Is he the guy that chased down Leon Lett?
I believe so.
In the Rose Bowl that year?
Yeah.
Cooper Beebe. Lineman and center for the Cowboys.
There you go.
6'4", 335.
Is he related to Don?
Doesn't feel like he's got Don's bloodline.
No, that's why Beebe is not a common last name.
Well, Don was
figured
5'8".
Football.
He was the original small wide receiver.
Yeah, he looked like Kazoo from the old.
Yeah. Did he wear one of those old school things on his helmet? Because he had, remember that back in guys started wearing him the late 80s, 90s, but they'd have that super big helmet on.
Like the Guardian cap that they wear
Yeah,
now?
but it was different. But you can look it up, but it was really thick foam or something all over their helmet.
He might have. I don't know. Can't recall.
Don Beebe, 60 years old. Where does the time go? 5'10", 176 pounds at the 1989 NFL Draft Combine.
If Cooper were his son, he weighs twice as much as Don, 335.
Maybe his mom's side of the family.
Yeah. 6'4", 335.
It's a large human being.
Yes, it is.
Let's get a call from Brad in La Follette. Good afternoon, Brad. You're on the drive.
Afternoon, guys.
Hey, man.
Hey, guys, I was watching that Brooks Austin, the film guy. He done the breakdown on Tennessee and Georgia. And it's really hard to see unless you've got access to the all 22 film, but how different this offense is this year.
Yes.
I mean, it's completely different.
No, I mean, and I've been thinking a lot about that, Brad. I just feel like Heupel and Halsley, but mostly Heupel, and you bring in Seth Littrell, who's got a background in this offense and has been a head coach before. And I just think, Bob, they had to look at we've got this system, and in 2022 it's the best system, man. It was what did Butch Jones say? The system we have is infallible. They actually did have an infallible system in 2022, and then 2023 it takes a step back. But hey, I've got this Nico kid coming along, and he's going to be the perfect guy. And then when they get Nico and the offense continues to sputter, I just think they looked at their operation and did a self-evaluation and said, we got to change. We have to evolve. And it can't just be a wrinkle here or there. We have to make some pretty big changes. And they have done that. And it looks great, man. I mean, they went up against this defense that has flummoxed them for 4 years in a row and were able to gain about 500 yards the other day.
Another thing that stood out also is the play of Lance Hurd. And he was putting people in body bags. That guy has improved dramatically from last year.
I think dramatically should be a word too. Combined, dramatic and drastic. I mean,
the line play has been a nice surprise. I mean,
we talked about this in the offseason. Lance Hurd should be better, right? I mean, he's healthy and he's experienced now. Neither of those were the case a year ago, and you're seeing that.
Have you got any updates on Mike Matthews? Because I heard he got dinged up Saturday.
I heard that as well. That was why we all wondered why Rodarius Jackson was in a game Josh picked the Georgia game to get a freshman wide receiver.
He went into the tent and came back in the game, so couldn't have been that hurt.
Well, I'm starting to feel better. I was hurting the past couple of days. I mean, Sunday was bad. Monday wasn't much better, but I guess we got to start pulling for Georgia now. Start going on a run and start handing people L's, and we got to take care of business on our end. And
let's just take it. Georgia can do whatever they want. Let's just take care of business on our end, man. We go 11-1. It don't matter what Georgia does.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll get off here.
Thank you, Brad.
We had a listener who popped this in a little earlier, and it ties into what we were just saying too. It, as the healing continues, they said, remember last season, Ohio State loses a heartbreaker to Oregon early. Georgia gets beat by bad Bama early. Notre Dame loses to NIU early. Arizona State loses to Texas Tech. Clemson lost to Louisville. Again, we're not saying let's just accept the loss to Georgia, but as we said last week before the game, I said it. It's like if we lose, all is not lost, man. This is as open as it's ever been. We keep saying that each season. It feels like, but I think it holds true right now.
No, I think that's very well said. Coming up here, hour number 3, we're going to visit with Jake Crane of Crane & Company Sports. He's going to jump in here to talk SEC football with us. And we're going to get into this Virginia Tech situation a little bit as well, Bob. The short list of coaching candidates that I'm seeing out there is, a lot of people are saying, well, Virginia Tech, it's kind of like UCLA. It's just one of those jobs that's been devalued in the NIL era. You can't win there. The lists I'm seeing, there's some pretty good candidates on there. I think if Virginia Tech plays their cards right, they could end up with a pretty good coach. And I don't know what the ceiling is in Blacksburg these days in the NIL era, but I do think that they can. There's some good names that I'm looking through here that they could have the opportunity if they play it right. If they play it poorly, I would not hire Michael Vick.
No,
I saw that
if I were
somebody
them,
was.
There's a bunch of experienced, successful coaches on this list. We'll go through it coming up here in just a little bit. Stay with us. Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Tuesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio, and time for the Top 5 at 5. It's brought to you this afternoon by ECR Total Landscapes. Walker Smith, what do you got?
Thank you. At number 1, acclaimed actor, director, and environmental activist Robert Redford died today at age 89 at his home in Utah following a brief illness, as confirmed by his publicist. His career spanned iconic roles in films like Butch Cassidy and The Sundance Kid, The Sting, All the President's Men, and an Oscar win for directing Ordinary People and the founding of the Sundance Institute in 1981.
One of the great sports movies of all time, The Natural.
Yeah.
Roy Hobbs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the President's Men is a big movie that I'm missing that I need to watch, but my favorite one from him is The Natural.
Read the book.
The book?
All the President's Men, yeah.
Okay.
It's a good one.
I'll take that. At number 2, speculation that Diego Pavia was to challenge for a potential 7th year of eligibility were quickly shot down by the Vanderbilt QB this afternoon. Pavia responded to a report from On3 that said he was going to lobby for a 7th year by, quote, tweeting the post and saying, "This is my last year."
He didn't say his last year where. You think he's done?
Yeah, I think he's done. I can't. I think his lawyers might be chasing this down, but it feels like.
Yeah. Why would the lawyer be in court if he's done?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean the case that he brought when it brought the injunction, and why the NCAA went ahead and said it's all right for you to play this year. I mean, he had to be in court for that. It's not like something where he just a new filing to try and get him another year next year.
No.
Wait, I mean, he's playing. Like, don't you drop? Like, you've been ruled eligible if this is your last year.
I mean,
Isn't that
the
it?
NCAA and
think they were like trying to have him ruled ineligible in the middle of the season?
They would. There'd be no reason to do that.
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Maybe the lawyers
doesn't make
following
sense.
up.
I mean, you can't. It's the only reason he's eligible right now is because he sued the NCAA, and that case.
And he won. It's over.
Yeah,
he
won.
doesn't want to play
It's
anymore.
over.
Like, what are we still doing?
Like, the NCAA can't go back after they lost a lawsuit and be like, actually, you're not allowed to do that.
they didn't lose a lawsuit to him. He was granted a temporary injunction. So if they forego showing up for the case, which I think is what happened today, I would imagine his temporary injunction goes away and he'd be ineligible again.
I don't know if that's how that works. I just don't imagine Diego or his lawyers would do it.
All I know is his lawyer didn't show up to court today simply to sue for another year next year. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Guys, go sidebar on that.
At number 3, Amazon Prime Video is joining ESPN, CBS, and Paramount Plus as broadcast partners of the Masters in 2026, airing 2 hours of coverage from 1 to 3 p.m. during the first and second rounds. The 2026 Masters will have 27 total hours of broadcast coverage, which is 50% more than was broadcast in 24.
Yeah, but it's still less than what ought to be televised. I'll never understand this as long as I live, why you can't go to a TV channel and watch every hole of that tournament.
Well, this is what I posted something on social media earlier today. It's like, the good news is it's more of what we love. The bad news is, unless you're already a Prime Video customer, it's going to cost you. It's just, it's another thing you got to pay for. And it's just the new normal, man. That's what we're dealing with now.
Yeah, so what's it going to be? I'm guessing because the first 2 rounds this year, it was all ESPN Plus exclusive, and then it would go straight to ESPN at 1. So I guess it would skip from being exclusive on ESPN Plus to Amazon for 2 hours, then back to ESPN's main broadcast.
Yep.
It's a lot of hoops to jump through.
It is. It's frustrating. I'm with Bear. It should just be on the Masters app, period.
Could you imagine just showing like second half of the Super Bowl?
They split up Super Bowl
or just
coverage
on what us old timers refer to as TV. Buy it and it's all there.
Fair point.
It's true. At number 4, the NFL's Tennessee Titans will induct former broadcaster and current voice of the Vols, Mike Keith, to the Ring of Honor after spending decades with the franchise on Sunday. At halftime of the game against the Colts next weekend, he will be recognized at Nissan Stadium. He will be the 19th member of the team's Ring of Honor.
You think Mike gets to fly from Knoxville to Nashville, or is he driving? Did they have that flight at McGee Tyson? They said they were going to add some Southwest.
I don't think it's
direct flight.
I don't think it started yet.
Yeah.
Did it go?
You think Amy'd send a jet to pick him up?
She might.
It's what, like
seems
a 20-minute flight?
Seems kind of, yeah. The guy's working all day. Saturday, you're going to have this big honor for him, and he's got to drive his own car over there.
Yeah. I bet you and you're right, Bear. That is, it's like literally you're up in the air for about 15 minutes.
I mean, Atlanta's, you barely level off. Yeah. Just kind of fly that arc.
And at number 5, in a controversial social experiment, a young Russian woman signed away her soul for $1,180, which she used to buy a doll collection and a concert ticket. A marketing expert who identified himself as Dmitry posted an ad offering to pay 10,000 rubles, or a little over $1,000, to whoever agreed to sell their soul and make it official by signing a contract with their own blood. To his surprise, a 26-year-old woman replied to his ad. Dmitry kept up his part of the bargain, posting the receipt for the soul sale and a photo of the young woman holding the contract with her personal information blocked out.
I mean, this person obviously did not see the classic Simpsons episode where Bart sells his soul to Milhouse with disastrous consequences.
Clearly.
Wonder if Big Nick's got one of those. He's offered one of those deals to these new conference schools that they're targeting.
Could you package the souls of the entire Iamaliava family into one gigantic soul smorgasbord?
Still be pretty shallow.
It still really, really defies imagination and just common sense that he pulled his kid from UT to land at UCLA for less money.
One of the highest tax bases in the country.
And with zero talent. And then with a straight face tell reporters it's because Tennessee didn't have talent.
I'm telling you.
Got a first-round draft pick wide receiver right now. Playing like one.
Yeah. He's got his best receiver out there, ironically, is named
Mikey Matthews.
Mikey Matthews, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Walker. That is the top four at Fort. By the way, fans hoping to tune in to Nico at night this week.
Bye week.
Disappointing news. Yes, the Bruins are off, which is probably why they fired their coach this week. Give the new guy time to get his feet under him. But they will be at Northwestern to open Big Ten play in that makeshift stadium by the lake a week from Saturday.
I think they ought to build a real stadium where that thing is. That's a really cool. Did you see the overhead shot? I mean, the stadium, what they're playing in, is tiny, but
I think it'd be really cool right about now. But if you go back for a late November game right there on Lake Michigan, it would probably be.
I mean, Northwestern training it. Teams give up too many advantages. Like the Vikings, they got that fancy dome.
They do have, I'm no architect, obviously. Like, it seems like that will be a difficult place to build a really big stadium at. But, like, Walker, have you seen Everton's new stadium?
Yeah.
Right there on is it on a river or is it on the ocean?
Whatever. I think it's the river that runs
in
through
Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's no room on the side.
Mm-mm.
Like it's just right on the water.
It's a weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the land that it was on. I mean, it looks cool. Kind of cuts off a whole side of the building that people could be getting into a stadium with.
Yeah, it seems like a logistics an ingress egress.
Well, we say that our stadium is built right on the side of a river too. I mean,
it's not right up. It's not right up close to the river.
There's a road that goes in.
It's not on the river bank.
It's feel like maybe they were just dealing with the hand they were dealt on that one.
All right, the top 5 at 5 is brought to you this afternoon by ECR Total Landscapes. If you've got a tree in your yard that's starting to lean a little too much like I do, I was up on the roof over the weekend, like just blowing out the gutters, all the leaves and everything. I've got a tree that's like, it's kind of...
You get up on your roof?
It's kind of touching the roof. Oh, yeah, all the time.
You get nervous over near that one side? Like the driveway side, I feel like
I mean,
you fall off the top there, you're dead, right?
There's a pretty good chance I would die, yeah. I always make sure I have my phone in my pocket. Like I'm just like wondering if I do fall and break my neck, like will I be able to call 911? Anyway,
you sound perfectly comfortable with the prospect that you might die.
All got to go sometime, Bobby. Got to be prepared. Is your soul ready? I am.
I sold it to some guy for
ECR Total Landscapes. That's who I'm going to call to come get that tree out of the way. Don't wait until it's too late and falls down on top of your house, through a window, on the neighbor's house, end up in court. That's no good. ECR Total Landscapes specializes in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to call ECR Total Landscapes. Plus, they're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for Fan Run Radio listeners. ECR Total Landscapes. In addition to tree cutting, they also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. So give them a call today and tell them we sent you. Schedule a free estimate, 865-384-2012. Or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Jake Crane coming up here in just a few minutes. Let's get a call from Brandon. Good afternoon, Brandon. You're on the drive.
It's your boy, O'Hare the dog. How you boys doing today?
Doing well. What's up, man?
Not too much. Hey, shout out to my boy, Jeremy Faust from Jackson, or Ty Wakefield, formerly Hops and Hollers, for letting me know whenever you guys spend my stuff. I appreciate the support. Robert Redford, RIP, 2015. I got to play Sundance, which is a cool little experiment for
Sounds like he's experimenting right now. Brandon, are you with us?
He's being drugged down the interstate.
I hope he's okay, man. That sounds like something has gone wrong there. All right, we'll try and reconnect with Brandon Lay coming up here in just a little bit. We are digging the new tunes. Everybody go check it out. Roberto is next. Good afternoon, Roberto.
Golly day, I hope Brandon's okay. That sounded not great.
Hopefully that's just some weird interference thing happening.
It sounded, I don't know if it sounded worse in your ears or over the phone, but it sounded bad. Anyways, R.I.P. Robert Redford. I'll pick up there. I have an interesting experience. When I was 12, I was skiing in Utah, and we're skiing, and we had this guided tour thing, and it was really fun. It was out in Deer Valley, and that's Robert Redford's house, and some idiot kid, I just skied right over to it, skied right up on his back porch because he was literally on the run, and he was in there with his wife. So that was weird. Interesting little story about Roberto.
I mean, it's not really that weird when you think about it, that a guy would be at his house with his wife. I mean, it's weird that you skied up there. I mean, that's strange.
No, I was saying I'm the weird part. Yeah. No, the weird part isn't the guy was enjoying a coffee at 10 a.m. with his wife. It was this 13-year-old kid skiing up on his back porch. But, whatever. Saw a porcupine that day, too. Never seen one before that. So, guys, the further and further we get away from this, the better and better I feel about our prospects for the season, man. Looking down the SEC, I just don't see how there's not 5 teams that get into the college football playoffs. I still think we need to go 10-2 to be one of those, but several of those may be 9-3 to get in. I just find it interesting with the parity that's in the conference, looking down these schedules. Is there any doubt in your mind that Oklahoma loses 3 games, guys? And right now they're projected in front of us in Vegas.
I mean, there's doubt. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but I mean, they're pretty good.
Have 8 ranked teams left on their schedule. 8. They have 9 games, and 8 of those are ranked teams.
Well, they haven't lost one yet.
What if they're really good?
Well, all I know is CG is going to be in Knoxville on November the 1st. By the way, all you guys are invited to tailgate. I know CG will swing by. I hope you'll show up as well. And they're going to take an ass whipping in Knoxville. I'll tell you that right now.
Here's hoping.
No hope. Facts, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, one of those ranked teams is Auburn. They get them at home. I would think they should win that one.
Texas, right?
Yeah, the shootout with Texas is always.
Weekend? Is Auburn, Oklahoma this weekend? Forgive me. I don't know.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
Ole Miss at home. That's going to be a tough one. Obviously, us on the road, Bama on the road. Yeah, LSU at home. Yeah, they've got some tough ones for certain.
I'm not sure if LSU can move the ball offensively either, but I think that it's, the 3 teams I worry about Tennessee competing with right now for a playoff spot are Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and LSU. LSU's got a huge leg up on us right now. I don't think Texas is going to be there. And the more and more I look at it, guys, I guess Alabama could be on that list as well, right, guys? Because they already have one. If they lose to Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama is another de facto type play-in game.
What about A&M, Roberto?
I think they're going to get in. I think their schedule's soft.
Yeah.
And they have a good and that Notre Dame win will be overvalued because everyone does that. We need Notre Dame to lose one more, and I think we need Georgia to win out. But I know we're in week 3 and we're already talking this, so I don't want to get way over my skis. But I think Tennessee's schedule is conducive to making the playoffs. Now we just got to go prove it on the field. And Russ, you were talking about the thing with Diego Pavia. Would you guys be okay with Diego Pavia playing another year at Vanderbilt if that meant we got Miles Kitselman and Joey Aguilar back? I think everyone's going to take that, right?
I would.
Tomorrow? Yeah. And maybe Alberto Osuna could actually get on the field. So,
thank you, Roberto. Let's see if we can get Brandon in here. Let him finish up before we get Jake Crane in here. Brandon, you're alive. You had us worried.
I'm gonna blame it on the country, man. I don't know where I left off.
You had you met Robert Redford at Sundance.
That sounds better than my version. Actually, I had no idea that he freaking started. I just got to play it. 2015. Pretty cool. Oh gosh, what was his name? I remember being at Sundance. I just got there in my little lodge, and I was watching the Southern Miss coach that coached us for a hot minute. What was his name?
Donnie Tyndall.
Yeah.
Donnie Tyndall, man. He had some ballers. I was watching him win a close one, and I forget. It was in January one year. But anyway, this might be the Vol conspiracy coming out in me, but I'm not a consolation prize guy or a moral victory guy. You guys know that. But if there was any, just knowing how our Vols roll, my only question was, do you guys think that it actually might help our chances winning in Alabama or down in Florida by losing this game?
How so?
Because, we'd be riding high as hell, Russ, winning the Georgia game, and we'd almost go down there like, I don't know. It's just the psychology of it. Maybe I'm putting too much into it.
Keeps
Maybe
us hungry.
Yeah, you're damn right. We got a lot more to prove about this team going and beating one of those teams that Heupel hadn't beat on the road. Alabama, you happen to be first, and I can't wait to get down there. I'm going to be down there, and Mom, bail me out if I go to jail. But listen, I just feel like that hunger factor, you said it, it's not overcomplicated. Yeah, that hunger thing. How much do you think that comes into factor, or none at all?
I would like to think that things are going to be different by the time we get to Florida. Alabama, I don't know. It reduces the margin of error, Bob, and you can't tolerate many more losses if you want to make the playoff.
There's a lot of talk about Alabama after, what we saw in the opener against Florida State. Ty Simpson's playing pretty good, man. I think that's going to be it's always a hard game, but I get what Brandon's saying though. It's like maybe the bad taste in our mouth from Georgia might be some rocket fuel to help us go and right the ships on certain other things, like winning on the road at a place like Alabama or Florida.
Really use David Hobbs and Jackson Moore.
Hell yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, buddy.
Well, hey, look, I'm from West Tennessee. I love fellow West Tennesseans, but hey, Tyson, we can count on somebody to kind of choke when his daddy got his score run up on him by Heupel. And we know that if anybody's going to choke against the Big Orange, it's going to be old Pruitt committed, the bisexual Simpson. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope so. I agree. I just feel like that kid's shown a little bit recently that I thought he was a fraud, to be honest with you, but he had a great one against Wisconsin.
Brandon,
he did. He looked good. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
You're
But,
good.
hey, him and Gunnar Stockton. Hey, I give credit where credit's due. Good ballers. And hey, they both have proved me more wrong than I thought, which is probably not a high bar. But I appreciate the spins. Boy, David Crockett comes out Friday. God bless.
Brandon, appreciate it, man. We'll be looking forward to it. Got to take a quick time out here. Jake Crane and Company, coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for. including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Good afternoon. Traffic volume building pretty good right now on all the major outbound routes. Alcoa Highway building southbound, sliding back into Blount County. Stop and go Broadway through Fountain City. It's heavier than it was over here on Western Avenue over 640 as it gets heavy now on Western Avenue going outbound, Oak Ridge Highway. Hey, if your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Glass this afternoon, and we've got Jake Crane of Crane & Company on the line. Good afternoon, Jake. How are you, sir?
Guys, I'm doing fantastic. Just wish we had some football on tonight.
Yeah, you get used to it now that they've got it. You got your Thursday night, your Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Of course, what are we supposed to do on Tuesday and Wednesday? When does the action start?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, no, look, at this point, give me some action or Fun Belt. I mean, heck, I'd watch Bishop Sycamore play for these next couple of days if that's what it takes. But, again, that's what makes the sweet part so sweet.
Jake, just wondering, as we're here in Knoxville talking about the Vols obviously coming out of that OT thriller with Georgia over the weekend, has anything you've seen out of Tennessee the first 3 weeks changed how you see their season and their program going?
To be honest with you, last week did, in a way. I looked at this Tennessee team even with Nico, and you felt like 8-4, ceiling of 9-3. With what you lost last year, not only offensively with the 3 pass catchers and Nico, but Dylan Sampson and some of those pieces on defense. I expected, Tennessee on the defensive side to still be pretty good. But then you look at the injuries and what's happened on the defensive line, and all week leading up to the game on our show, I was saying, listen, Tennessee offensively is going to have to put something special together against a Georgia defense that, I didn't think was going to get run through like that, especially in the first quarter. And they were able to do it. It's just when you look at Joey Aguilar and what this offense is starting to become, yes, there's a lot of underlying principles that you typically see with Josh Heupel. But the main one is I thought Tennessee having success in the box running the ball was a really, really good sign. And it's just crazy how years change. I mean, last year, Tennessee had to adjust the tempo of the offense to kind of play complementary football because the defense and the run game was so good. This year, it kind of feels like maybe Tennessee's going to have to go back a little bit further in the past to be able to win games and have to win shootouts against teams that are worth their salt offensively. But leaving that game and, I was talking to the screener earlier before I came on here. Sometimes you wish you would just get drilled instead of losing a close one or giving one away. But if you're a Tennessee fan, as much as it hurts, as upset as you are to let that game slip, there needs to be a ton of hope that this team can do some damage. I mean, we put out our playoff rankings individually today in the bracket. My brother had Tennessee in there, and I don't blame him. I think this team overall is better than what I thought they were.
Hey, Jake, it's Bob, man. It's good talking to you again, brother. Appreciate you hopping on.
Oh, dude, love coming on. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, man. Hey, so let's widen the lens a little bit. You just talked about that. The SEC. What's your takeaway? What's the biggest surprise? Let's throw out Vanderbilt, for example, because they looked damn good against South Carolina. But what beyond that? Is it Texas? Is it A&M? What's surprising you the most in this early stage of action at the SEC level?
Well, I mean, look, if we're going to take Vandy out of the equation, I had Texas going 9-3. I had A&M going 9-3. So I'm really not shocked at the way that's gone down. The team that surprised me the most, and it's because of one guy's passing ability, is Missouri. There was a lot of questions on Bo Prabula coming over from Penn State. And really, guys, he didn't win the job outright. I mean, Sam Horn gets hurt in the first quarter of their first game this year, and Prabula's come in, and you think he's just kind of, an Alex Orji, clone, a guy that can run it. You're going to have to play keep away, can make the simple passes, but can't throw you to a win. And then I watched him go 30-39 against Kansas. Now, I know Kansas isn't exactly the steel curtain on defense, but if you go back and watch the tape, he was putting balls consistently in windows where they had to be. That was a lot more upper echelon than I thought. And when you mix his ability to throw the ball well enough with the two backs they have, with Coleman at wide receiver, and with a defense that's pretty sporty, I'm telling you right now, do not be shocked if we look up in November and Missouri's in the playoff hunt.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they've got the schedule for it as well. We'll see if they are for real coming up.
100%.
Jake Crane with us this afternoon. Jake, do you think the gap between the top of the SEC and the middle of the league is smaller than it has been in years past right now?
100%, and I think that's true amongst all of college football. I mean, I think if we're saying who looks like the most elite team right now, I really believe it's Miami. But there is no clear leader. There are no clear leaders, and it's so delicious to not know the end of the book when you start reading it. And I felt like, for a while in college football, we knew how the story was going to end, but we just loved to read it. Now we don't know how it's going to end, which makes it even more fun to read. So whether you're looking at the gap in the SEC from the top to the middle, from the Big Ten to the top to the middle, I mean, the ACC right now is going to be a ton of fun. The Big 12 may be the most fun conference to follow. I don't think there's a huge gap between the top and the middle of anything in college football, and it's good for the sport overall.
We definitely got a taste of some big-name coaches starting to let the pressure, it felt like, get to him a little bit over the weekend with Brian Kelly first, and then he had to walk back his comments from his press conference. And then today we hear Dabo reminding us all that he keeps receipts. What do you think in terms of these two teams? Because obviously expectations are high for both, and LSU's still, undefeated. Clemson's not, which I think surprises a lot of us. They're 1-2. But do you think that that's a situation where those teams, namely Clemson, can kind of bounce back and still be in the mix? Because after all, they're in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, the ability's still there. And look, they've got good players. That's been the most shocking part about Clemson struggling out the gate. I will say when it comes to the coaches in press conference, I would much rather have to apologize after a big win than sit there and do that after a tough loss against Georgia Tech. I mean, the more Dabo talks, the more it's starting to look like a scene from the movie Split. Like, I don't know who he is every 30 seconds. 1 minute he's a 40-year-old British woman, and the next he's a 9-year-old. So I think, look, and these guys are under a ton of pressure. They put themselves under a ton of pressure, but that's why you get paid the money that you get paid. And to me, I don't think Brian Kelly was out of line. Like, you have the right to ask me whatever question you want. I have a right to answer however I want. If I think it's a bad question or in poor form to start off a press conference, look, we're 3-0. I can don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I don't care about what you have to say, because when you're winning, it basically cures all. I thought, it was a good move by BK to apologize, but I don't think he was in the wrong. And look, I mean, Dabo has elevated Clemson. At the end of the day, he took them from, the suburbs to an estate with a pool and a gate. So I understand why he's upset. And I think he's a little bit embarrassed about the way that his team has played with all the expectations that not only everybody in the media had and the fan base, but himself as well. When you watch him talk about this team, it's tough, and I understand it. And I would rather guys be transparent in press conferences. I don't want you to just go out there and give me coach speak and gobbledygook. I like when they kind of show you they're real people.
Jake, Dabo's only 55 years old, and this is the second time that I can remember him doing I'll go coach, you don't want me, get rid of me, I'll go coach somewhere else routine. Do you see him ever coaching at a place that isn't Clemson?
I mean, you never say never. I'm watching Bill Belichick walk on the sidelines at North Carolina, so I don't know if you ever say never. But look, I think Dabo could go somewhere else if he wanted to. What, is somebody not going to hire Dabo Swinney and pay him a lot of money if he leaves Clemson? I don't think it's a crazy thing to say. I don't know if it's the best look going out there and showing how big and tough you are and how important you are. It kind of goes against everything that Dabo preaches. But I think part of it is just reminding people that he's not complacent or he's not satisfied with what's gone on or what's going on. I think there's a little bit of that element in it. But let's be honest. First off, look at the buyout. Clemson don't got it like that, I can promise you. And second off, why would they get rid of Dabo? I mean, Dabo's done great things there. They made the playoff last year, really should have beat Texas, so it's not like he's forgotten. Does he need to adjust a little bit with the transfer portal and kind of evolving to the new age? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's something that he's going to have to decide to do, and I think he's built up enough equity at Clemson to be able to do that.
I was just sitting here thinking, we've just heard in the headlines the last day or two what's going on with schools like UCLA and Virginia Tech. They're making coaching changes, and the concept, I guess, is let's get out in front of it. We know this isn't working. Let's try to get out there and try to line up who we could get to fill these jobs. Problem is, I just think in this state of college sports in general, the economics, everything else, it just feels like everything I read, both of these programs are in deeper stuff than we would imagine. And I just don't know if those jobs are that attractive. And I just wonder what the way forward is for these types of schools. Now, some decent names in the Virginia Tech mix, but what about UCLA?
Yeah, well, I think you got to be able to separate Virginia Tech and UCLA. I mean, when it comes to UCLA, look, I've got a lot of respect for the tradition at that school, but when you have as many people outside licking the bark on trees as you do inside watching the football game, that's not super conducive to me wanting to coach there. Like, listen, I'm all for saving the whales and pandas, but at some point we got to get people in the stands just outside of Nico's dad and a couple friends. But at Virginia Tech, I feel like that's a place that it's kind of like where I'm from, in Lee County, Alabama. College football is really all we got. It's who we are. It's a way of life. And, again, does Virginia Tech have the most money? No, but is it an attractive place? I think so. Can you win there? I think so, being in the ACC. So I think Virginia Tech is in a much different spot than what UCLA is. But as far as when to do it, I mean, I don't mind go ahead and ripping the Band-Aid off. Because the quicker I do that, the quicker I can have our people contact other coaches and see who's interested to kind of speed along the process or at least be prepared. And then as far as recruiting goes and things like that, being able to let guys know earlier, I think it's the best thing for the players as well. So I don't mind it. I think it's probably actually the smart play. If I was the athletic director, that's what I would do because you want to turn the page as quickly as possible and let people know that what's been going on is not acceptable and will be dealt with accordingly. That's why, to be honest with you, I was surprised that UCLA did it, not nearly as surprised that Virginia Tech did it.
Talking with Jake Crane and Company this afternoon here on the show. And Jake, you mentioned being from Lee County, and that is the game of the week, I suppose, this week in the SEC. Auburn going on the road to Oklahoma, a couple of top 25 teams there. Oklahoma, a 6.5-point favorite at home. It's been shaky at times for Hugh Freeze, but he is 3-0. Can he take the act on the road and get a signature win against the Sooners?
Don't let this get personal, Jake, by the way.
No, look, Auburn hadn't sent me a check yet. Can they do it? Yes. Will they do it? I don't think so. DJ Durkin's not going to get out of mostly man coverage, and I just don't think Auburn rushes the passer well enough. It's kind of like Notre Dame. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, you may identify as a man coverage, mainly coach or defensive coordinator, but you got to do what's best for your personnel. And you can't sit in there and stay in man when, first off, you struggle to cover in man in general, but also you don't have a dominant pass rush to where you don't have to manufacture pressure and bring extra guys, which leaves you even skinnier in the back end. I think Auburn's offense, this is the best Auburn team Hugh Freeze has had. I think it's the best roster since 2017. I think they'll go up there and put up a fight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I know one team has John Mateer and the other doesn't, and one team defensively has the personnel that fits their identity. And Auburn, look, at the end of the day, I hope I'm wrong, but if Auburn stays in man coverage, Mateer's going to grill them. He's going to grill them the whole game because it's not just getting to him, it's getting them down. And if you can't cover in man with a good pass rush, you're going to get destroyed in man with an average pass rush, and you're going on the road. I like Oklahoma to cover this one.
Hey, when's Blaine's hair going to come back to its regular color?
God, we're all, like you and the rest of America, we're all praying. I think at this point, because, again, I'm not a hairstylist, you got to let it grow back, basically grow out of it, so it's going to take time. Just he walked in the studio this morning with bleached blonde hair, drinking a macchiato, and I just, generations of our family were rolling in their grave. He's got to figure. He looks like he's slowly becoming a member of Green Day.
Hey, Jake, last day for me here. One other game I wanted to ask you about, Florida at Miami. Things don't get any easier for the embattled Billy Napier. It's never good to be embattled when you're an SEC head coach, and yet that is the position he finds himself in, and a very impressive-looking Miami team. What do you think? Is there anything at this point Billy Napier could do to turn the tide of what is obviously looking like a coaching search headed the way for Gainesville?
Well, you better win, and you better start winning now, because the thing that kept you around last year was what you did in the back half of the season with a young quarterback that looked like a phenom, and he just threw more. The leading reception. LSU's defense had more receptions than any one receiver from Florida last game. So you're running into the same problems with new personnel, and whenever that starts happening, it's on you, because either you're coaching it, recruiting it, or allowing it to happen. And guys, you look at that schedule, it's not like after Miami, the storm clears and it's easy sailing back to shore. It only gets worse. So if, we just talked about Virginia Tech and UCLA, if Miami beats Florida by 20, Scott Strick, the AD at Florida can say whatever he wants and make all these promises and send flowers to whoever, but you start out 1-3 now with this schedule left, you are absolutely sailing for 4-8, and I don't think Billy makes it that long. So, look, could Florida win the game? Yeah, they could. You're going to have a lot go right. You're probably going to have to play small ball on offense with what happened with DJ, but you may be playing the best team in the country right now on the road with game day there, and we may make fun of Miami for attendance for most of the time. They're not going to have that problem this time because when they get hot, they can get as hot as anybody. I think Billy's cooked.
Ooh, all right. It could be a long season for the Gators. Jake, a lot of Tennessee fans hate to hear that. We'll see what transpires the rest of the way. Yes,
I'm sure.
All tore up about it. Jake, really appreciate it, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Hey, guys, anytime y'all need me, just holler, and appreciate it.
Great, Jake.
Jake Crane of Crane & Company. Check them out, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. They are everywhere. We got to take a quick time out. Final segment of the show coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. Your number to hop on. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Good afternoon. A steady flow of traffic right now. Alcoa Highway South.
Don't forget to check out the podcast if you missed any of today's program. It's brought to you by our friends over at Broadway Carpets. If you're looking to remodel your home or you're moving somewhere new, check out Broadway's wide selection of flooring and tile, as well as carpet. Head to either of their 2 locations, downtown on Broadway or in West Knoxville on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi. Online at BroadwayCarpets.com. Fall in Birmingham on Twitter says, let's see what Ty does against Georgia. Alabama had wide receivers wide open against the white DBs. I don't know why you got to bring race into it. At Wisconsin and Monroe, the whole SEC would beat both those teams the same way.
Yeah, I saw that. Wisconsin's bad.
Really
I will say that.
Garbage. How long is that? You think he's going to get another year, or is he going to be fired?
Who, DeBoer?
No.
Oh, Fickle.
I mean, hell, either one, really. Guess DeBoer, it all depends on what plays out in SEC. But
now, I was going to say this might be Fickle could be teeing up another year where then the seat's white hot.
Yeah.
But I don't, at the same time, man, if they only win like 3 games, then he's cooked.
I mean, they're not used to that up there.
Nope, they are not.
They've had I feel like they've had like a good 25. I mean, I remember when they kind of came to the national forefront, back in the late 90s?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I'd say that's
they
about
kind of
right.
became Barry Alvarez, and he built them kind of into a It seemed like they were in the Rose Bowl every other year.
They made it a lot. I saw a Rose Bowl with them in Stanford.
Have you ever been to a game there?
Oh, yeah. I've only been for Rose Bowls. I've been to like 3 Rose Bowls.
Oh, no, I'm in at Camp.
Camp Randall? No, I'd love to, though, man. That place looks crazy.
I've heard it's quite the experience.
That's like considered one of the top collegiate party towns in the country, along with, Walker's alma mater and some others.
Well, Bob, you talked to Jake there about the Virginia Tech job. And I'll be interested to see how desirable a job this is. Of course, a lot of people wondering, can they lure Shane Beamer back to Blacksburg and take up the mantle of his father? We talked about Mike Vick, 1 year at Norfolk State. I mean, that would be a Deion-esque gamble by the Hokies. I don't think they will do that. I don't think they should do that.
They get Pillory, man. He's got that. I mean, the whole dog thing, I think, would impede that more than the 1 year.
I don't think the dog. The guy went to prison. He served his time, man. He's got a job at Norfolk State. He's done plenty of other things. Been a model citizen ever since. I don't.
Not arguing with him. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't want him simply because of that.
I don't think that's going to stand in his way. Now, if he's at Norfolk State for a while and has success, and maybe even goes to an FBS program and has some success, then yeah, I think he's going to have an opportunity to climb the ladder. I don't think 1 year at Norfolk State is going to be enough.
I just feel that's got like Deshaun Foster written all over it. That type of situation. Water's deep, man. When you get even in the ACC, those are big programs.
Now, some of the other names I'm hearing bandied about for this job, and I'm looking at SI.com. Of course, Alex Golish, I think he's going to be able to do a little bit better. Interesting name, Jimbo Fisher from West Virginia, obviously, knows the area well, wants to get back into coaching. I don't know that a guy like Jimbo is going to get a much better opportunity than to be at Virginia Tech, a conference that he won a national title in. I think that would be a huge win if they could get him. And then the other name that's interesting to me, Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I like Fitzgerald.
Former Northwestern
He was
coach.
a really good coach. Got caught in that hazing scandal.
He got exonerated.
Tough guy. Right. Obviously won a lot of games at a place that's hard to win at.
Yeah. Now, that'd be good. You mentioned Golish. Another name that's popped up on On3's hot board is former Vol coordinator Dave Clawson, former Wake Forest head coach. That's really where he.
You think Golish would go up there? Or you think he'd wait and?
No, he's going to wait for a bigger job.
I think he'd wait for a bigger job.
He's one of the top.
I got a name for you if they consider. I mean, the guy said he's dying to get into college football.
Oh.
Gruden.
Wait a minute. John Gruden?
I love Tennessee. I got a lot of orange blood in my body.
One thing Jake also said, and he's right about this, it's a tale of two cities between what's going on with UCLA and how much debt they're in the midst of. They've got money problems, everything. But one name that got thrown out on social media, and man, I would be there for it, for the UCLA job, is Coach O.
Coach O. He wants back into.
I thought you were going to say Butch.
He wants back into the sport.
Ed Orgeron. He's spent time in LA before.
Yeah, but Orgeron, he ain't taking a job where they're having money problems and he's not going to be able to do his thing.
Hey, real quick, some other names on this list from SI.com. Charles Huff, the Southern Miss head coach. Shannon Dawson, Miami offensive coordinator. And the last name on the list at SI.com, Tim Banks.
Interesting.
He's a good
coach. Isn't it, though?
He's a really good coach.
If I'm Tim Banks, I'm UCLA.
Uncle Fluffy in Blacksburg?
Oh, in Blacksburg. Okay.
Let's get DR Vol in here. DR, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
I'm more interested in where Nico ends up next year, honestly.
Well, Tim Banks would have the inside track on recruiting him with the previous relationship.
Yeah. That's true. He knows the dad real well. Or I do think it'd be hilarious, though, when Boo goes to Colorado, have Big Nick and Moo Carter out there together. That'd be incredible.
Well, we got to get Mama Boo her own show out there, first of all. Like, has Mama Boo weighed in since the Georgia game, by the way?
I haven't looked.
I don't follow her on
She's on Twitter.
I mean, everybody wanted to talk to Lydia Aguilar. Give me Mama Boo on TV. I need to know her opinion on the Georgia game and what's transpired here.
Be a train wreck. I'd rather hear from Grandma Aguilar and Mama Aguilar. They're going to embarrass us.
I want Mama Boo, kind of like she's like this generation's Honey Boo Boo. I'm for it.
Honey Boo Boo's probably about as old as Mama Boo now.
Well, she was on a podcast, evidently. I think John and Cody are talking about this, but evidently she's broke because her mom spent it all on meth or something.
Who, Mama Boo Boo? Mama Boo or Boo?
Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Boo Boo, okay.
Honey Boo Boo's mama spent it all on meth, so little Boo Boo.
Mama June.
I was banging 7-gram rocks.
Guys, I kind of want to finish my call from yesterday. VR. I mean, I guess the call of the day had to go to Anthony. That was incredible. And Ashley Schaefer-Vall, when he came on, I cranked the radio up, told my wife, I was like, this guy's always good for a meltdown. But it's kind of short. I feel like I was robbed. But other than those two calls, do you think it was kind of calmer than expected, Russ? I really thought there'd be more meltdowns.
Call it more depressing.
I think everybody was just stunned. Now, I will say, and I'm not Russ, but in Ashley's defense, he had quite the meltdown before he even made it to air. Just when I said, hello, you're on,
I don't remember. What did he say? I can't remember.
He wanted everybody's ACLs to be torn, including the people who's already torn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He wanted he wanted David Sanders to tear an ACL. I don't understand that, but yeah, he was in a dark place.
We've all been there. I'm not knocking the guy. I love his calls. I think he's the best VR caller right now. I just wish he would have went a little longer. Name more names.
Is that the guy who's Ashley Schaefer-Vall fan who said bleep everybody after the Ohio State game?
Yeah, including himself.
There's different.
Yeah.
I get them mixed up.
He pulled a Mike Leach.
Yeah.
He told everybody F off.
F off. Everybody needs to F off, including me.
Oh, man. Well, guys, that's about all I got. You have a good day.
Thank you, DR.
Ashley Schaefer-Vall. Hope he's doing okay. Where do you think he's at in the grief process?
Bargaining.
He's bargaining. Has anybody made it to acceptance?
Oh, God, no.
I have. You're in
the denial phase. You're still phase one, man.
Hell out of here.
You got to let it out, Bob. You got to deal with this.
I really feel like I've accepted it. I mean, it's just I hate that it happened. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to allow myself to continue dwelling on it. There's nothing we can do that's going to change it.
That's right, Bear. That's exactly where I'm at.
That is not where you're at, Bob.
I mean, when you're
is Bear also in denial?
I think a little bit. Yeah,
I think a little bit.
Yeah,
denial.
Me?
Just quickly move past it. Try and think about other things.
Well, no,
Talk about the weather.
doesn't. It like I said before, it doesn't kill our season.
I've been saying that. I said it last
it
week.
Sucks balls, and
Whoa!
Hey.
Okay, he is not.
Yeah,
he's still dealing with it.
I'm
All right,
in the best shape of all.
You guys, we're going to get you guys a good therapist here and let you work through it on your own times. But now it's not the time. This is not the place.
No.
Thank you, Walker. Thank you, Bear. Thank you, Bob. Another day, another dollar, another stellar edition of The Drive in the books. We'll do it again tomorrow, right here on Fan Run Radio.